Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man Probably Business. Another episode of You Know What It Is, man. Comic book talk with friends on a Monday night. I'm your host, Leo Rockwell, for the 1-6 Scale Man YouTube channel. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel. So we got a couple of things that we are definitely be talking about tonight, man. But before we jump into that, let me just bring in this incredible panel. As always, man, what's going on with you fellas? How y'all doing?
What up?
Salutations. Happy Monday.
Yeah. That's my catchline. Yeah.
Apparently, Moose Knuckle was taken. Yeah.
Moose Nicole.
I'll
That's
have to
funny, bro.
add that one to the list. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Vinny.
Just gonna add that to the list. What's going on, Bloomer? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
The list is fluid.
Come
You
on,
said the
bro.
list is just
The
getting
list
fluid.
is fluid.
I can't read the news.
It's just growing.
Man, trying to get through this little lagging spike.
Yeah.
$5 million
The
check.
list is growing, but right now I'm just trying to get through this little
For
lag
that lady.
spike.
Bro.
Going on with
Yeah,
my
I got you. I
laptop,
got you.
trying to just.
I mean, it happens, bro.
Feed.
It definitely happens, bro. But you know, it is what it is, man. You here now. That's what it is. What's going on with you, Vinny? How you doing, brother? How was the weekend? How was the convention this weekend, man?
Man, I need a weekend from a weekend. I'm recovering. Last week was just mad chaos, catching up with all the rain and just working like dust to dawn as much as I could. And then I had the con. The con was incredible. One of the most successful shows I've had. A lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of great conversations with people, a lot of talking shop. It was such a fun show. I love the Philly shows, and so I had a lot of fun with that. And then got back and worked like dust to dawn today, trying to still catch up. So I'm running on E, burning the candle at both ends, but the light is so divine.
Hey,
Okay.
man, but I mean,
Okay.
I'd rather have your problems, bro. Right about now, honestly, I'd rather have your problems because at least it's a level of productivity. At least you're not, complacent and struggling with creativity. So that's
Really, we'll have to talk.
Yeah.
I'll sit and talk about that. Let's respark each other, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I've been blessed with like not enough time for the creativity, but my mind is always thinking like, bro, I must have turned out like 3 pieces at the show just in between people, and all I could think
Yeah.
about is while I'm working is more shit to do, and
Yeah.
doing a con. I've upped my con schedule this year, and every show it just like it revitalizes me seeing people enjoying the stuff and just makes me want to
Yeah.
just keep giving back. So it's like I feel truly humbled and blessed. I had somebody who followed me from the show and said that the one of the pieces was their favorite thing they picked up that whole weekend. Like that is
That's what's
just
up, bro.
That's awesome,
it's
man.
a great feeling, yo, because it's like it's not about the money or any of that shit. It's just about giving people that feeling that I always had as a kid and still do when I see
Yeah.
other artists and creations from people, because that's what it's all about. It's all an outlet, and
Yep.
everybody lifts each other up, and there's so much love at those cons and everything. Everybody is on the same page, just there to be able to be unfettered and passionate about what they are into without any judgment. And it's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we gotta
It's-
talk.
yeah, it's I think this is we're men. So we live in those spaces where, the creativity kind of gets stifled by the lack of either time,
Hmm.
space, will, based on set of circumstances, based on atmosphere, the environment that you may be in, the culture, um, and just when you have the means to do it in your mind, like all the tools are there, but I think it's one of those things where the ideas are much louder than the motivation, if
Okay.
that makes sense. Like the ideas are there, but the motivation to put those ideas in motion, it gets stifled by reality. And reality sometimes leaks in and it can suck the life out of everything that you do and have you
It's true.
questioning what it is, you know, what brought you to this point. Were
Yeah.
you off before or where are
True.
you now? Like where, sometimes we get stuck in that space where we always talk about, damn, like, I miss the person that I used to be, not knowing that
Mm,
the person that you used to be had to evolve.
right.
You can evolve and you're supposed to evolve, but it should never compromise that level of creativity.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
you should always, and I was talking to like a couple of friends, like we had this function over the weekend, and Jay Bear, the MC.
I know Jay
So
Bear.
I was talking to him, and he was like, bro, like he was in a rut, like he was like he hasn't written in so long, and I was like,
Yeah.
bro, well, you're in that space, or we're in the same space. Iron sharpens iron,
Right.
and that's how we need to be. Like we need to kind of motivate each other and get into
Mhm.
that space where we can do it. And sometimes it comes with a lot of sacrifice to get to that point. But bro, it's crazy when I'm sitting right here next to my keyboard, all the
Yeah.
necessities, everything that's required to create,
Yeah.
and
Bro,
I haven't done it.
bro, my one of my favorite proverbs is that proverb about that the two wolves inside us that one is pain and anger and one is love and
Yeah,
growth and it's that age old question like which one of those wolves is going to win, and the answer is
yeah,
always the one you feed.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
The
That's
one
the
you feed.
truth. That's the truth, bro. Yeah, I mean, it is the truth, man. And
Look, bro,
sometimes
yo, my
you gotta.
whole life,
Yep.
man, I fought against this doubt monster.
Yeah.
It's like a doubt monster. I don't know if who implanted it because my family has always
Mhm.
been uplifting and motivational, but somewhere along the line, the doubt monster got planted. And it's like
Hmm.
anything I do, everything I get told,
Hmm.
from the highest of the highest compliments to the middest compliments and observations. I'm always saying like, whatever, you ain't done that. You ain't on that
Yeah.
level. It's always something there in
Yeah.
my head as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I totally I feel you. And for me, it's always
Yeah.
been recontextualization of why I do things, who I do it for.
Mm.
Yeah.
Certain things like those are the things that motivate me. Like
Yeah.
I take those pictures for me.
That's
And
Yeah.
it.
all
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
shit in my collection, I take them for me
You
first,
take it
and
for
then
you
you guys
personally.
enjoy it later.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mm.
I
And that's
enjoyed
how it's
that
supposed to
shit for
be.
how many hours I took. You know,
Yeah.
Mm.
like
Yeah.
fuck if you enjoyed it. If it's 12 likes, 2 likes, 5 likes, I like
Mm.
it. Fuck you. That's how it's
Yeah.
gotta be, man. Like,
I'm,
because
Yeah.
I
I'm,
see people
I'm,
that's
That's
got
how it's
thousands and
supposed to be.
thousands of followers and they don't interact with nobody. They just
Yeah.
post it. Yeah, you gonna like it, and you move on. There's
Yeah.
thousands of people like that. I like to keep my people like with
Mm.
me. If they say something, I like it or I respond to it to let you
Yeah.
know there's a
Mm.
fucking human being that
Yeah.
sees your
Yeah.
comment.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I've known you, bro, for about what 5 years now. I've never heard you talk like this, dog. But one thing I do know about you is whenever you hit a wall, you always go around it or through it.
Uh,
So,
Mm.
uh,
bro, you
uh,
gotta keep that same mindset. Don't let whatever's going on deter you from that.
mhm.
You've always been the dude to either go over it or through it. I've
Yeah.
never heard you like, you know what I'm saying, say that
Yeah.
you at a creative plateau. So,
It, bro, I never thought I would be. You know what I
mhm,
mean? I never thought I would be, but I think this weekend kind of allowed me to really see it for what it is,
mhm,
question it for what it is. And like what we do, bro, like, we're creatives. We're in a
mhm,
creative space, whether it's collecting comics, whether it's collecting these figures or
mhm, mhm,
art or creating music or whatever we basically do.
mhm,
We never wanted to be looked at as if it's just a thing that you do.
mhm,
It's a hobby or whatever. It's for us and for a lot of people, it's a way of life.
mhm.
And all it takes sometimes is one wrong thing for somebody to say something wrong. Just one thing, one word, and it can become so hurtful. You know what I mean? It can be
Mm-hmm.
hurtful, and it's a seed that's planted unintentionally, and it
Mm-hmm.
grows. And that seed grows, and like Roberticus was talking about, that doubt starts to
Mm-hmm.
creep in, and you start thinking about it like, damn, like, wait a minute, is this really what this person may have said it really is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it causing that much harm? Is it taking away from what's expected? I don't know. But
Man.
this is supposed to be our happy place and our escape, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm.
is how we view it. This is our level of escape, and we're in here because people watch us because it gives them that level of reprieve and escape.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that is something that we give back. But sometimes, like we talked about earlier, sometimes people forget the humanity.
Mm-hmm.
They forget that I'm not superhuman, bro. And I'm allowed to share that level of, uncomfortability in my life
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I honestly, bro, let's keep it a buck. I keep it a stat. I turned my computer on Sunday morning. I looked at my YouTube page. Hovered around cancel your account.
Mm.
I hovered around it like that, bro. The finger was right. It was itching. I hovered around it, ready to just say, you know what? I'm done. And I know we say this, but this was a serious moment for me. It really was. And I looked at it. I was like, you know what? Damn, like I made it this far from monetization,
Bruh.
followers, and stuff like
Mm.
that. And I was like, what am I about to do? What I'm about to do could really affect me for the rest of my life. But everything around me has become much more of a deterrence.
Fam.
You
For
feel me?
but for 5 years, dog, you have been a
Yeah,
positive. You have been a positive outlook at light for mad people that follow you, bro.
Mm.
Like people going through, you just don't know, dog. Like when I
Yo.
first got on with y'all, even when I met you in the group, dog, like we broke out on all that shit to come here. You
yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah,
But when
yeah.
I first met you, bro, I was fresh home from Afghanistan, dog, for about 6 months.
I remember that. I remember that.
So I was still going through the PTSD and all that, the depression and all that shit, bro. You don't know how much. Oh God. Whew.
Yo.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa. Oh my God, that hit me in the chest. Damn. You don't know how much um, joy has brought me. How many times?
I feel you. I get it, bro.
Oh God, yo, I didn't mean to do this tonight. Damn, my bad. Oh,
Nah, bro. It's a real
You got
thing.
it. You got it, bro.
It's the real thing. It's
but
it's
I was fresh
Man, we can tell
home.
you all probably
Oh,
individual stories, Leo.
it's
You
a
know,
real
I
thing.
oh
just want to give
man.
Pimp Juice some time a little bit, but I believe we all could tell you that, man.
Yeah,
I've told mine, before I met you guys, my grandmother passed
yeah.
away. That was
Mhm,
my best friend.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
huge hole in my heart. You
yeah,
know, I was looking to fill it, needed to
yeah,
fill it
yeah,
desperately, and you
yeah,
guys gave me a platform to do
yeah.
so.
You feel me?
And
Like
those things
dog.
it's a beautiful thing. You gave me something I didn't think I would be able to get.
So I know you're going through it right now, but like I said, fam, like you don't know like what this platform has done for people like that all over watching this shit. Oh,
Yeah, I
Mm.
feel you. And that's why it was that feeling of, you know, if I do this first, Vinny, we talked about this. Like I remember we've been planning these moments. yo, before and this is what y'all don't realize. Before me and Vinny did this, we were part of a podcast.
Mm.
Remember, Vinny? We were part of a podcast that never really got off. It got off the ground, but it stopped.
Mm.
We don't know why it did. We were part of it. We were invited in,
Mm-hmm.
and it had the potential to go further than it ever could. It had the potential to get off the ground and really reach because the content and what we were talking about as far as comics and collecting and you
It was
know
it was a strong
it was
show.
a strong show, but we were dealing with individuals that were dealing with things
Right.
and it just couldn't make it. And I would love to really bring those individuals in someday and because we had fun. We were really close and whatever. So when it failed, it was like, what do we do from here? And that was before I really got myself into streaming and stuff like that. And I always felt as though looking at it from behind the scenes and the groups that we've been a part of and everything that we've seen, you can see that there were people out there needing a space
Mm-hmm.
beyond what was seen and what was being displayed, all the discourse in certain groups. They needed a space where they can feel like it was safe just to be not necessarily heard, but to feel comfortable knowing that when I say your name in the chat, that means I recognize you
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and you're welcome here.
Yep.
When we joke around with the people in the chat and we bring them in, it's because whether or not you understand it, I feel you just through words. I feel you. I feel that you're trying to escape from something.
Mm-hmm.
We all are, bro. We all are. And the
Mm-hmm.
people who look at what we do, like honestly, bro, doing this, it allowed me to step away from just the shame or feeling the shame that what I was doing at the age that I am right now could
Mm-hmm.
be seen as, is that a bit off or crazy? No, this is who I am. You
Mm-hmm.
choose to welcome me. And by doing it, I
Mm-hmm.
found like there were so many people who that I knew that were the same way and was like, yo, we were just waiting for you to do it so we can come out. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
One
we
of
can
them.
basically fill
Mm-hmm.
the space like,
Yep.
yo, it's
Yep.
comfortable to do it.
Yep.
So that's the thing, bro. Like, I question that. And again, like I said, sometimes things that are said, they're unintentional. They're really, really unintentional, but sometimes they can hurt. I
Mm-hmm.
say that because and literally like I was at that breaking point this weekend. You know, it just I don't it was everything that just basically happened, whether it was bills, whether it was family, whether it was whatever it might have actually been within it, everything happened in the span
Mm-hmm.
of 3 days, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
3 days, like the span of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Life shit.
everything just hit. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. You know what I mean? This is where I'm at right now. And I say that, and I know we got shit to talk about here. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But I think everybody out there who deals with this shit every day,
Mm-hmm.
it is okay. And I'm just letting you know that it is okay to break down. And sometimes you need to.
Mm-hmm.
You need to break down. It's a reboot.
Yep. Yep.
It's the human condition that allows us to break down and rebuild. Because if you don't, that shit can be harsh on your heart.
Yep.
Can be harsh on everything. It's so look. We all basically walk around sometimes like we're lions. But it's okay to admit when you want to be and need to be a lamb.
Oh,
Because the lamb carries a level of empathy. The lion is the strength. And it's okay to be in either space and say that you're both. It's okay. And this is the space that you're here. You're here for a reason. It's okay to break down. If you feel like you need to, if you feel like you need to talk, if you feel like you need to vent, it's okay to basically do that because sometimes the world won't listen to you, but there's somebody that will. There's spaces that this space was created so you could feel that, bro. And I'm telling you, man, like if I knew that if I would have hit that button, I would have regretted it.
Yeah. A lot of people, bro, would have been like upset. Because
Yeah,
like a lot of people love this show,
It's an
bro.
ecosystem, man.
A lot of people love not just this show, but everything that you do, dog. Like I said, bro, like I was so happy that you pulled me in for this to be a part of this in the beginning, dog,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I was going through it, dog. That PTSD, depression, everything was on me heavy, dog.
yeah.
I was in a dark place in the first couple of months I was home, bro.
I
And
believe it.
being able to talk about comics and talk about movies and the figure shit, bro, that pulled me all the way back, bro. That was like therapy. You don't even know, dog.
Yeah,
We talked about it, but you
we
know what I'm
talk
saying?
about it
Like,
all the time. I mean,
bro,
then you know we
you
go
are
through
that
here,
dude,
bro.
dog.
bro. Look,
Don't stop what you're doing, bro.
I'm on. I'm
we,
on.
we've spent many nights after films
Wow.
on that sidewalk in front of that theater talking shop,
Mm-hmm.
and every single one of us in that group, it was, cathartic, and it was therapy, and we weren't thinking about bills, family issues, health
Yeah,
issues,
exactly.
girlfriends, drama, bullshit. We were thinking about superheroes and fucking hip
Mhm.
hop and all the shit that we love so much that's outside of things that bring us down. And we had talked many times
Yeah,
about putting that to a microphone,
yeah,
doing all that, and
yeah,
really proud of you for taking that leap to actually realize that we were on the other joint, and I could see it in you, just like I felt it too, that it was a little bit different of a feeling
mhm,
between what we were doing versus putting it to, transcribe to record to tape to putting it on a
yeah,
track and actually talking with people who weren't in our circle, talking to other people, and
yeah,
realizing how that stigma. Because I mean, we all old heads. We come from an era where there wasn't a common trend in pop
No,
culture for superheroes and
no,
comics
yeah,
and
no.
all this geek shit. Like if
Used to get
shit,
clowned on.
if you like comic books when you was at the high,
Mm,
it was on the low. You couldn't talk about
right,
fucking. You couldn't
right.
talk about Star Wars and superheroes, to just anybody unless you had to like explain yourself. So there's a lot of people who just kept it on low, and it's so funny now to see how many people you would look at. Remember, we was at that restaurant. It
yeah,
was yo, table full of brothers, and that waitress came up and she was like, "Oh, what you guys in here?" Thinking we was gonna be shooting a hip hop video or some shit. And she was like, "Wait, you guys are here for a comic book convention?
yeah, yeah,
You Negroes?" Like
yeah,
she, the look on her face was like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was like Lethal Weapon 2. It was like, but you're black. Like it looked like she was
Exactly,
so she was
Nigga
singing
exactly.
was
blues.
that lethal
And I'm
weapon
just
too.
and that is what has spread, yo. That was what has spread. It's like so many people who feel like, okay, yeah, I could talk, like I could talk about this. I can relate with this. I can vent and talk
Mhm.
about these things. I feel like though you sometimes lose sight of that and you let in the people who don't do what we do
Yeah,
and compare yourself to the people who do things a
truth.
bit differently, bro.
Facts.
And you let that shit in instead of laughing or instead of being hot at it for a second. You feel like that's your responsibility to change it, and you can't control people, bro.
No, you can't. You
I
can't.
understand, and I respect you for trying, and always know what you're trying to do when you do try. But
Mm-hmm.
man, these are people who are not going to change because they're called out, bro. So
Mhm. Yeah,
you
no.
got to focus on the positivity that you bring, and just put your emphasis on that, bro,
Yeah.
because you've done a lot with that focus and positivity. Don't let these motherfucking clowns let that waver,
You
because
know
it's a
what?
lot of clowns,
Yeah.
and you don't gotta go to the circus, bro.
You know.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
you don't.
Whatever seed that was
Nope.
planted this weekend, you need to go bend down and pull that shit out the ground, dog.
Yeah,
Mm.
the thing
Unweed it, de-weed it, dog.
is it'd be easier to deal with if it was just a keyboard warrior. If it was
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
when it's family is different.
Oh my god.
Bro, well, you know what? Everything have a season.
Exactly.
And you're right, when there's family, you don't want to cut somebody off.
Exactly.
But I was about to say, when the conversation is stemming around YouTube
Yeah.
pages or music,
That's different.
you can.
Yeah.
Well, nah. But I was about to make it the same.
Mm-hmm.
When I got writer's block, I take a break from music.
Oh, okay.
And then I come back when it's around family, friends are the same way. Sometimes you just got to take a break.
Mhm.
You just got to take a break. And if it's super duper cliche to say, if it's meant to be, it's meant to. A girlfriend broke up with me one time. In fact, I think my ex-wife broke up. I think she divorced me on that note.
Mm-hmm.
If it's meant to be, it'll happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't meant to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And if it was, we would have worked it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
but it doesn't make it easier. But again, just knowing everything else that you're doing that's important. Because I'll add my 2 piece in that. I haven't had anything traumatizing. Philly brought me to y'all community, really. And I believe Philly, I think y'all had, there was some drama that I had never seen in our community before that had happened at that time. And I ain't gonna kick up what it was. I don't even know all the details. I just know Philly was like the coolest cat, one of the coolest cats that I know. He was very welcoming,
All day.
expanding.
All
So
day.
when I saw somebody hating on him, and that same day somebody was hating on you. So all this I was finding out. Again, I didn't know details at the time.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's
I was getting hate.
always get hate though.
I was getting hate at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was already like, damn, dude, this isn't the community for me, because I could just rap. I got 10 other things that I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's not bragging, because it's not easy. Not everything is done at high levels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, this ain't for me. Maybe I need to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
bro, this place, you've created a positive little
zone.
Now, not to say, I know everybody know Wiz can be negative sometimes, and we got Jedi Kid. I think with the trash, your tagline is trash, baby.
Yes, you know it. You know it.
But
I'll let you know if it's trash.
Hashtag.
Right. But that's the honesty, and it's still a brotherhood when we're talking about that. It's no, we're not disrespecting each other. We're not disrespecting the people listening in. So you've created this positive space, man. And y'all probably don't even peep it. There's times I hear negative that you guys tell me that such and such says something about this movie. I didn't even hear it, bro. Like I'm already in the space where I decided that, dude, these are going to be my comic book homies. These are the people I want to share this with.
Yeah.
Anything outside of this, especially in this magical world, anything outside of that, man, it's just, dude.
Yeah.
And again, I know you said it might be something a little bit more personal, something a little bit more closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, dog. Just gotta take that break, man, and we can, or sometimes you just gotta change the nature of your relationship.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. People think that's bad, but people like, cut him off. Now I ain't gotta cut him off. I just can't share. I can't share this with him.
Everything I love with
you know what I mean? This cat don't like my music. Me and him can't talk music, man. But this dude was there when I was raising my son. I can't cut him off completely.
Yeah.
Just got to change the nature of our relationship a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Arm's length. Arm's length.
Arm's length.
Exactly.
That's how it is, man.
Exactly.
But nah, I mean, like I said, bro, I get it, and I appreciate you, brothers, man. Definitely, I love y'all, man, and love everybody out there.
You too, fam.
It is, like I said, it's sometimes, things happen for a rhyme and a reason. It happens just because it's supposed to, and you can see that as a level of motivation. And create a pillar, create that space that's required. And not everybody will basically like what you do. Not everybody will think that what you do is relevant. And sometimes, like I said, bro, to build a mountain, you got to break a few boulders, bro, just to get everything planted the right way, bro. It happens. You got to kind of seed it. So it just, whoever's on board is on board. The crazy part about it is, and not to kind of digress, my ex-wife called me from Australia. She was like, guess what? I was like, what? Your daughter loves Star Wars. And I was like, really? She said, yeah. So I told my daughter when we were in New York, I said, this is the order of which you basically need to watch things. Right now, let me explain this to you. Vinny, New York was like, what? How many weeks ago? Y'all was like, what? 2-3 weeks ago? I think. About 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago. I said, what you want to basically do is watch 4, 5, and 6 first.
My man.
Watch 4, 5, and 6 first. And I say this for a reason. Just watch it in the order in which they were presented. 4, 5, and 6 first. So 1, 2, and 3 is more of an impact.
Yeah.
In between 2 and 3, I need you to watch Clone Wars. I'm gonna need you to basically do that for a particular reason.
And Rogue One.
Yeah, but Rogue One after episode, and I told her, I said no, after episode 3, I'm gonna need you to watch Solo before you watch Rogue One. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just told her to watch. This is what I told her, and then watch everything else, right? The sequels and all that. So I said, well, what's she watching right now? She said, oh, she's watching Force Awakens. I said, no, I told her not to, whatever. She's like, She said, you don't understand. She's watched 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3. She's on season 7 of Clone Wars right now.
What?
Yes. She's watched everything and binged it.
That
She's
baby
been watching.
Downloaded that shit like Neo.
That
Bro,
Star Wars study
she's
right there.
going through everything and she's watching it. So I got like this whole catalog. Like I got like 4 pages of questions. Who ties this together? Well, and then she posed a question that I didn't basically understand. And I was like, well, why would you ask me that question? And it made so much damn sense at that particular time. She was like, Dad, if Count Dooku had that much empathy for Qui-Gon, why didn't he listen to him? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, she knew that they were in agreement. Why wouldn't they just have this conversation before he died? Maybe something good could have came out of it. I was like, well, they had to go on their own personal journey. She's like, well, obviously Qui-Gon's journey wasn't the best and they needed each other like father and son. If they would have just stayed and planned it, they would have. I was like, well, these are questions you have to ask. You just basically have to watch it. And
part of the tragedy.
It's part of the tragedy. And she was like, why did they kill my favorite character off? She said, I said, who's your favorite character? She said, Yaddle. She loves Yaddle, bro.
The biggest and first Yaddle fan.
She loves Yaddle, bro. So it's incredible. It's funny. But anyway, she's watched it all. And that made me feel good because
you could have gave me 50 guesses. I would not have said Yaddle.
She said Yaddle, bro.
To save my life, bro.
She basically started, and then she messaged her sister, and then her sister was like, "Oh, so you watched it?" And they was like, so then they're exchanging. Vinny, remember that moment when we went to see Rogue One, and when Vader hit that screen, and my daughter stood up and started clapping, bro, and she had everybody else clapping. They started exchanging. So I say that to say this, bro. The seeds that we plant, like the proudest moment for me, Vinny, that time we went to the movies. I forget what movie we were actually going to see. And your daughter at the time was, bro, I mean, breaking it down to a science. And I'm like, the fuck? Vinny was like, teach him well,
bro.
And they'll all come back for more, bro. She was breaking down the science of everything, bro. And I was like, oh shit. But I forgot where she came from. I was like, okay.
That's our job. Teach one.
That's it. That's it.
But it's a beautiful thing, bro. Like, and when I have moments like this and what I go through, I always think about them. So if I love it and they love it, that's all that matters, bro.
Dude, that's the most important thing, bro. And and I think there's a lot more positive. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, but you'll see a movie that's hated on that we'll hear so much trash about, and it'll still be successful. Tells me that there's more positive than there is negative. You know what I'm saying? It's just those negative voices. We say they're loud, but we allow them to be loud. Yo, you just posted, is it Star Wars Explained? You just posted a young guy that I was disgusted with. I wanted to comment on your joint, man. I was like, it was too much.
Which one?
It was a guy that was talking about, I think it's Star Wars Explained. I think it's his page. But he was talking about the negativity, talking about toxicity within the Star Wars. He was talking about the speech in Andor. He was relating that. You just posted that.
He was talking, because he was talking about how people didn't get it. Bro. He was like, yo, like this, it speaks. He was like, yo, it's so much vitriol, but they're speaking in a community that spreads this without really listening. People don't really get it. And I'm like, yo, like
I've seen that dude with his wife have a show together.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a Star Wars event. He went to some kind of Comic-Con or something and got to talk to some people.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing that dude not being able to post nothing for like 2 weeks. This is around the Acolyte.
Yeah.
So I guess he said some positive stuff,
and
it wasn't all. I mean,
they ripped him apart.
I had never seen. It was like, yo, this man and his wife, and they started putting and a YouTube page that I probably followed for about 20 years, bro. 18 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Since I've had YouTube, I done followed this dude, and I had already seen the negativity. But when I was like, yo, this is where we at. Yeah. So when I saw what you posted, because I hadn't been following them, like I've been busier than usual, so I don't follow YouTube pages. When you posted, I was like, okay, he's all right. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's all right, dude. He's sticking to his message.
He's a cool dude, but then there's people that try to rip him apart, bro. So I anyway, man, I digress. Anyway, the conversation has been good, and we could talk about this. You know what I mean? Everybody, you wanted a collector's therapy, and we just gave you one.
For real.
Now. This is a preview of a collector's therapy that we would normally actually do.
Nobody on this panel is flawless, bro.
And the one thing I want to echo with
shit, look at my name, nigga.
we all had a
I recognize that one. I almost feel like I could say that one and not feel dirty, but I don't know.
Bro, real quick though, remember what you said, Bertigus, and you said that I have to love it first. Everybody else who loves it is just a bonus.
Sir.
No doubt.
I have to love what I do first, and whoever else gravitates to it is just a bonus. That's it. If you don't love what I do and you don't love it, as long as I love it, I feel good.
Listen, here's the therapy of it. It's not just it's yourself, bro. Love is something we share. We think this makes me happy. That you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to build that within yourself and share it with the world, bro. Like I can't take care of my kids unless I'm in a good place, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take care of yourself to take care of the ones around you.
Yep.
And the art is the same way, bro. I swear to God, dog. Y'all should know it. If y'all see my YouTube page, man, low key was on my joint the other day. I had one person in my live that'll crush a YouTube creator. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm doing this for myself first. Whoever wants to come along for the ride, come on.
I started with 1 or 2 people, bro, and I felt good just having that.
I mean, trust me. I'm going by what I hear other people. That's why I say other people would be crushed, yo. Come along for the ride, because guess what? I gotta get this energy. You know what I mean? I love to create music, but I love talking this, and I'm gonna talk it whether I'm doing it on this microphone or with the family or with the friends. I'm gonna be talking about it regardless. So I might as well do it with y'all.
Hell yeah, bro. Before we actually jump in, and again, like I said, sorry about the chat. We're going to get to y'all just a second, but we always do this each and every week. We got to actually give a shout out to the places where we get our food. And when I say food, whether in a collecting universe, that's basically what it is. Starting off definitely with this guy, man, because I know he had a hell of a weekend. This is Vincent Dunn Art. If you haven't actually already gone on to his Instagram page, follow the link to his store is right here. Again, let me actually, because I always got to do this. Let me kind of refresh this in case. Yep, I knew it. You got to refresh, and some new shit will always go up. And damn, James, bro, this motherfucker right here, boy, is beautiful, bro. Damn, this is incredible, bro. These are some pieces that you did over the weekend, or did you just,
This is pieces I've done since the last show, which was just last month. 2 of them was this week. That one I did like a few weeks ago. But yeah, leading up for this con, I did the Princess Mononoke mask. I did this piece, a couple commissions that I can't post until they post it, and I did that Battle Beast joint. And Mononoke mask,
damn, bro,
that's raw, man.
This goes off, bro. Is this oil or is this water?
Neither.
That's that black paper you cut on that. You draw on that black paper.
Pastel color pencils.
Oh, pastel colors.
Yeah,
Jesus, bro, that look real.
That looks
it
real,
looks fucking incredible, bro. That shit looks
Yeah,
real
like
as
real as
shit.
fuck.
That Daredevil, like he about to beat somebody ass. Like he just paused for a second. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me finish beating this motherfucker up. That's how he
It's
looks.
Battle Beast, bro. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's that same paper, right? Vinny, that black paper.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fire.
I took a reference of a actual lion's face, and then just put that
Yeah,
on
you killed that.
that way. It looked more, animalistic, and
You
then
killed
used
that.
that as reference, and then I used the pastel pencils on the black page, and it created this really dope texture effect that really recreate the fur similarly.
Yeah.
And then I just built upon that layer and just went with that. And the funny part is, I had almost totally forgot that literally the day that I finished it was the week Battle Beast #1 hit shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted it, and right when I went to post it, I was like, "Wait a second, let me check the date." And sure as shit, it was the week Battle Beast came out, and then I was pissed because I wasn't gonna, because with the rain and work, I wasn't gonna have time to go to my comic book shop
Yeah.
to even read it until shit probably this week coming up. And so when I was at the con this weekend, I made sure I went and picked up from one of the comic book shops there. I got some blind bags, I got some variants, and I got to actually read it, and I was hyped. And then there was a bunch of people came up and was like, "Yo, you know the comic just dropped." I'm like, "Yep, I finally got a chance to read it." And this is the piece that the guy when somebody who just found me at the show said that that was my favorite piece of the whole show. And that's everything, man.
Bro, this makes you need like almost want a live action Battle Beast, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This shit looks dope as
Yeah.
fuck, bro. This the dimensions, everything about this motherfucker is bananas.
The
You
wrinkles
see,
in the
you
face, bro.
see, you see, No Lex said Battle Beast and God Emperor Doom is mine, bro.
I got you.
Bro, this motherfucker right here, though, that Battle Beast and that Nanuki
Thank you.
mask, bro. Oh my god, like that's hold on. Let's hear that God. I knew this God Emperor Doom was just it goes off, bro. Like it definitely goes
it's
off.
glowing, bro. Like it's glowing.
It does. It's God Emperor Doom. It gives you that
Yep.
God aura, bro. So it's
That's
definitely
fire,
incredible,
man.
man. So again, go on to
Uh,
Instagram. Make sure that you actually again it's linked to his store. Vinny, let them know.
Yeah, feel free to hit me up at Vincent Dunn That's my IG as a link to my store, which is vincentdunnart.storynv.com. And all this and more is available. There's tons and tons of pieces, originals, canvas prints, regular prints as all times are buy two get one free. And you don't see something that you want, just hit me up, and commissions available. No, Lex, I just was rushing to get I worked like almost till we went on air, and I usually post new stuff after cons to my store after I get back, and I just didn't get a chance to throw Sentry on the site yet. I threw those 3 up and then got distracted. I do have Sentry available as well, so Sentry will be up on the site. Like probably, I'll probably throw that up there tomorrow, or if not tonight. So yeah, I have Sentry prints as well.
Yeah,
My
bro.
man, Charlie Galactus is coming. I have to do Fantastic Four and Galactus. I'll probably do them 2 different pieces, but
Yeah, I ain't going. I was, you know what? I was going.
Four is coming. It's me. It's me. Fantastic Four is my favorite. I was holding off Fantastic Four till closer to the movie. There's so much other shit that I want to get out there first, but believe me, Four is on the way.
I was because I was gonna make the topic of tonight's show about, you know what I mean. I was gonna talk about like just how people felt about the trailer without talking about it, but I was like, no, we're gonna stray away from it because of those pictures that came out, and on top of that, I know it's bait for Jedi Kid. He would have been, you know, Jay would have been like, Jay would have been like, I'm sorry, Benny, my bad. But
I ain't watch that trash, y'all. I told you I wasn't gonna watch it.
What?
I'm acting like Vinny this week for the whole month.
Watch what trash?
No, Superman trash.
No. I'm talking about the Fantastic Four leaks and
No, I have seen. I know, but I haven't said nothing because I know how Vinny is. So I'm not.
Yeah. You didn't watch the trailer for Superman either, did you?
Hell no, I don't want to.
Okay, I figured you probably wouldn't. But anyway, everybody head on over there to Vincent Dunn Art if you haven't already, man, and get those pieces, man. Because I'm telling you, it's genuine, dope ass pieces. I don't even know how many of the.
I ain't never see that one. Hold up.
What, this one?
That damn Captain America?
Yeah, he snuck that shit in there sometime, bro.
Yo, the wings are bleeding. Yo, Vinny, you showing off, dog.
Yeah, it's
What is that? Is that
stripe.
blood?
It's the stripes for the flag.
Bruh, you showing off, dog.
Yeah. That's
That's dope.
it's so symbolic to yeah.
Hell yeah.
I see the symbolism, but I'm not gonna bring it up, and I'm just
Nah,
like,
I ain't gonna understand that. But that's dope.
yeah. This is still the Grail. This is the
That's
Grail.
the greatest of all time, right
That's
there.
the greatest of all time, bro. This is
That's
the goal right here. This is the greatest of fucking all
Out of
time.
all
bro.
your work, that's the G right there.
Like this deserves to be in the African American Museum. Bro.
Word
Like,
up.
straight up, like
That's
it
the
definitely
pinnacle.
does.
We
Speaking
should
of
look
which,
like sinners now.
yeah.
Word.
Speaking of which, I do want to talk about something that is definitely close in my heart before we actually bounce off, because it kind of made me emotional early today, and I did tear up a little bit, but I'm happy. Netflix, thank you so fucking much. Thank you so fucking much for picking up Sesame Street, and you making it and they gave it a global deal as well, bro.
Oh, they got Sesame Street?
They picked up Sesame Street. Netflix bought Sesame Street after HBO fucking dropped it. Netflix picked that shit up.
That's
because
awesome.
because they tried to basically defund it,
Right.
Netflix said, oh, really? Okay, well, we're gonna get
I
you
got
that fund back.
FDJ.
We're gonna get you that back. So they
I
picked
I don't
it up.
understand how it even got in the hands of an HBO. People, they got people having having sex on there, and we want to have Sesame Street on the same platform.
Well,
That never made sense.
Well, because Captain Orange Juice was pissed off about one of the episodes, one of the puppets. One of the puppets was dissing him.
Real sex in Sesame Street.
Right.
Yeah.
So he took all the funding from PBS.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
It's insane that there's.
That's crazy.
It's
So
crazy.
Netflix
that
said,
government
"Fuck
has
you."
anything to do with it. It's in the name. Public
Exactly.
broadcast. It's
public
in the name.
broadcast, exactly, bro. And they just want to play games. Anyway, I'm happy. Thank you,
Shout out
Netflix, for doing what you
That's
do. So
awesome.
shout out to y'all, man, for
That's
doing
awesome.
it. They made the announcement today, and they put up a little. They did a teaser. They had Cookie Monster stroll, like it was Cookie Monster rolling around the end, and
I
he picks
hadn't
it up
heard
and
this.
eats it.
I
It was
hadn't heard this. Do they got the catalog? Yeah,
Huh?
Charlie got a good question. I hadn't
Yeah.
heard about this. Do they got the
50 years.
catalog too?
Yeah, they
You
get
can
the
watch
catalog.
old joints?
Yes,
That's
they get
fine.
everything.
Oh, they got the old school ones too.
They get everything.
Oh my god,
Everything.
bro.
Everything.
That's
Netflix
great.
said, "Yeah, we was waiting. We was waiting." So, thank you, Netflix. I mean, damn, it just feels so good for somebody to step up and say, "Oh, we got you." And they were probably waiting for it to happen, be like, And I wouldn't be surprised if the deal was already made months ago.
Captain Orange Face loses again.
48, 49, 50 years of Sesame Street.
50 years. Exactly. I got to give shout out to Underground Figures. Again, my man Ray over there, Underground. If you're looking for the latest and greatest, no NRD, shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to what, whenever a figure is going to be coming out or when a new figure is going to be released. So you want to hit him up, tell him I sent you. He definitely got you. Also, we got to give a shout out to Hawk Wars Toys. We call him Hawk Wars Ray. As always, I gotta pull him back up here. But Hawk Wars Ray, again, if you are looking for definitely like the latest and greatest, he got you as always. He'll make sure that he can find it for you, give you a nice little care package as well. I told him that you said he should start Ray Jude joint, bro. I didn't tell him, bro. I told him. He's like, "Oh, okay, that sounds like a nice name." So definitely,
like exclusive stuff, Ray.
Give him a shout out. He'll definitely take care of you. So shout out to Ray as always. Also, we got to give a shout out to Maju Case, Maju Space. If you're looking for the latest and greatest, and as far as like your nice little display option, hit him up. He'll definitely take care of it. There's Brian Wong over there. He'll make sure that you have everything that you need. Last but not least, got to give a shout out to Tina Cruz. Making sure that, again, if you're looking for a nice little rooted experience, she'll definitely make sure that you have what you need. She's incredible at what she does. She's another person whose work I am a fan of, definitely. And definitely hit her up and she'll take care of you as always. Oops. And also, I cannot forget to give a shout out to our guy, Jacob, over there at Comic Relief Comic Collectibles, because it is not just about the figures, but it's also source material when it comes to the comics. So hit him up and he'll definitely take care of you. I want to talk about this because I don't care about when nobody says I'm happy about this shit. Yes, Jessica Jones is returning and she will be in the
Well, that
next.
wasn't a rumor. That's for
No,
real.
that's not a fucking rumor, bro. That is positive. She said it on her Instagram page. They did a whole
What?
shoot for Variety or I
Mhm.
forget what it
No,
was.
it was Friday.
It was Variety. Yes, she did a whole shoot for Variety. Yes, she is back.
So
And she
here
will be
come
in the
Luke
next.
Cage. Here come Luke.
I got a strange feeling. I
Here
don't want to
come
say
Luke.
it, but I got a strange feeling. But I am so
That's
happy,
awesome.
bro. I was probably one of the only fans of Jessica Jones, bro.
Oh,
I liked her.
the
It
first
took me
season.
took me a little while to get to that first season. I love the first season the
The
best.
first season incredible.
That's
Yes,
I love the with Purple Man. That's my
Mm.
favorite season of her. The second season was
first,
The first
bro.
season was really good though.
First season was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah,
Everything
Purple
about
Man.
it. I went back and watched both, and like the
Mhm.
second season, it was a little rough, but I
Mhm.
definitely do love it, and I love the simple fact that she's back. I can't see nobody else playing this character because,
Nah, she got
again,
it.
she
got
gave
it.
us such a fucking element, and for
Yeah,
a character, for a
yeah.
person who I wouldn't have never thought would play that role or could play that role,
Mm.
she nailed it, bro.
To
She did
be
such,
so pretty and be so damn gangster, bro. Like she got
bro,
it, bro.
like gangster, bro,
Rough,
for
rough,
real, like straight up
rough.
rough. So I'm
Mhm.
glad to see that she's going to be back. Vinny, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
That's my girl, man. I'm very
Mhm.
happy she's back. I know that I was excited that they even did a Jessica Jones in the first place when it first
Yeah,
dropped.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Brian Michael Bendis is my guy, and I remember when he was in his prime and doing 400 books a month. I remember Alias dropped with Michael Gatos, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I'm sitting there reading a book about some female private investigator, just loving it, and it's one of those things where like you stop and realize I'm it's the last kind of book I would imagine that I was reading, and then that became kind of a trend with me with
Mhm.
Bendis. Like he wrote so many great crime novels and different stuff. Especially his indie books like Goldfish and Jinx and all these Total Sellout and all these like indie stuff that he was putting out. I could not get enough of Brian Michael Bendis, man. And
Mhm.
Alias came out, it was no different. I loved it. And then when the show dropped, it had so much of the same elements and tone, and Kristen Ritter did such an amazing job of, like Jay said, like being beautiful, being badass, being tough, but
Mhm.
she never seemed like uh
Like it was
forced.
forced.
Mhm.
Right.
Never seemed forced.
Right.
It never seemed like annoying. It
Mhm.
never seemed like it
It was
was
natural,
like
bro.
it never. A lot of people nowadays like to throw around that woke girl power shit. This
Mhm.
show
Mhm.
never felt like that.
Nah,
Never, never,
Felt like
nah.
never.
she just happened to be a badass. She just happened to be a girl. It was never about anti man.
Mhm.
It was just pro her.
Mhm.
It wasn't even
Mhm.
pro woman. It was pro
Yep.
her. She
Right.
didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck. She didn't give a fuck about other women either. She didn't give a fuck about
Bro,
nobody,
she had a 80s heroin vibe, dog.
bro.
Like 80s
Mhm.
She
classic
just wanted everybody to
Terminator,
fuck off
Alien.
and leave her alone. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
It was so dope
yeah.
because I love the duality and the contrast of the show. Like this is somebody who literally hates everybody, just wants to be left alone, but her job is to help people in a way. So it's such a great dynamic, and I love that she was a superhero who quit. Like you don't see that. I've never read a story about a
Yeah.
superhero who quit and like she's doing all these things. She's helping all these people, and she's never really using her powers. Like they used it more in the show than they ever really did in the books. It's so rare. And I love the relationship that she had with Luke Cage in the comics. And I was so frustrated that we didn't really get a chance to get there. Like they teased
Mhm.
it in season one, and then they ended it, but it was supposed to like run it back. They were supposed to bring that back, and they never really got around to it. It kind of went off the rails in season two without Purple Man and with the weird mom story. It just didn't quite hit like season one did. But season one had a great villain, had a great story, had great supporting characters. Uh, and just great premise. Season one was absolutely one of the best of the Netflix shows, and that's saying a lot because it really was a very obscure and niche type of
Mhm.
superhero show, and I was really happy for Netflix for having the balls to adapt that.
To do it, to just basically adapt the story and do it,
That is
and
not that's not a
I need
that's not a layup. Jessica Jones is not a layup. That was not a guaranteed thing. Daredevil was like, all right, of course. Like Luke Cage, even that was like, it's clear. Like if you try, you can make that work. Iron Fist on paper should have been like a layup too, but Jessica Jones, like that must have been a hell of a pitch to convince Netflix that is a show that could work.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I need to see her and Luke get married and have that baby. Let's go.
I mean, they hint at so many different things when it comes to like that storyline and where it goes. So I don't know, we could get it. We could definitely get it, but I'm so excited about it, bro. Like
that's awesome, man.
And we knew. I think we kind of knew, and I think she knew. She was just kind of hinting at a couple of things and lying and saying that they had never called. Not saying that she was lying, but I knew that there was some touch, and I think they got to bring Mike back next, bro.
They got to, bro.
They got to bring Mike Coulter back next, bro. And I think he did say he's definitely willing to play it, but he just hasn't gotten the call. But he wants to see, he's doing his thing, and he wants to see whatever. But I know we
got mad movies lately, so he
better stop playing it. That motherfucker was born to play Luke Cage.
Yeah, he was
born to play Luke Cage, dog.
Yes, he was. He definitely was. He was definitely born to play with Luke Cage. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy. I'm definitely happy.
There it is, Jessica Jones.
That she's going to be back, and I'm excited about it.
I'm stoked for that.
I gotta see. I'm gonna need Renz to make Jessica Jones. I need you to make a Jessica Jones and put Hoberticus' head on Luke Cage. Can you do that for me, bro?
Man, with that picture right there. That picture right there. He gotta have the yellow T-shirt on and everything, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Let's go.
He's about to have a museum of me with just all of his ideas and shit.
That's it. That's it, bro. You gotta have a bloomer folder.
A bloomer portfolio.
Bloomer files, bro.
That's what we need.
All bloomer files, bro.
The B files, bro. The B files.
The B files, the bloomer files. Look at Reggie, he's like,
yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He knows.
But speaking of bloomer, bro, I got something for you, bro. I thought about you and I was like, we need to do this. We need to talk about Greg Land, bro. We need to talk about Greg Land specifically because he's a beast. He's a beast of an artist, and he's done a lot of work that I'm pretty much sure you would be excited about, Roberticus, because his touch on Spider-Man has been incredible. I love some of his covers, a lot of the interesting covers that he's done, with, bro, he's definitely an incredible artist. A lot of work that we've done. I even like what he actually did with Fantastic Four, Vinny Storm, the A-Force as well.
X Factor too.
X Factor as well. Like he's done a lot of work, even basically for like because he's even doing like a little bit of work on the new West Coast Avengers run that was announced, like a hodgepodge team. So he's done a lot of work and is still doing it. And I like his level of realism. That kind of stands out in his work. Just how I don't know, man.
You ever seen that episode of Twilight Zone where they go to that? She had the department store and the mannequins.
Yeah.
But his work and David Nakayama's work is like that for me on social medias. I can't escape them.
Yeah.
I always see Mr. Lynn's work or Nakayama's work. It's everywhere, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nakayama, he understands my lady, so
nah, but definitely is incredible work, bro. Man, what you think, man?
Greg Land, man. I first found Greg Land back at the CrossGen days. I don't know if anybody else remembers CrossGen, but I was a CrossGen fiend. I love the idea of similar to Image. This was an independent company that took a lot of the hot artists in the company, and they all worked in an office together and just churned out original creator-owned titles. And Greg Land's book was Sojourn. And that was now every book in the universe was a totally different book that had this sigil that was the running theme in all the books, but every book was a different genre, and like it was leading towards why the Sigil is relevant to each of their stories, and I couldn't get enough. Meridian, Sigil, Sojourn, and there was a few others. And Greg Land shit was incredible. I went to a Wizard World and I tried to get a sketch from him, and it was so weird because it was like a cross-gen like group, and then you didn't know which artist. It was so weird. Like you couldn't wait in his line. You were just in a cross-gen line, and then you could only get like one of the signatures, and then if you weren't in that line, that was it. It was so bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. I met, and I wound up in Sean Chen's line, who at the time I wasn't familiar with him yet, and so like I became familiar with his stuff after like talking to him. It was such a weird time. It was so bizarre. But after that period of time, he jumped over to Marvel, and he did the probably most famous, well, one of the most famous Jean Grey covers of all time as the Phoenix, with her holding her hand out. That's like replicated so many times with the flames in the back. I mean, you see that all the time. And I always loved his shit. His shit is so clean, it's so dynamic, it looks so cool, and especially his cover work is always so great. So it's so sad and frustrating that this man is maybe after Rob Liefeld the most hated on motherfucker I've ever. There you go, hated on motherfucker. If you ever see a Greg Land post or anything like that, do not read the comics, because every comment is accusations of allegedly him tracing porn stars for all his women. And I always was like,
bro, that's dumb as hell.
Okay. I remember that. I remember that whole thing.
It's like you can't escape it. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what group, what form. If it's a Greg Land piece, I go in there and be like, yeah, this is fire. And then I just like, nope, let me back out of here. People just hating on him. I'm like, why? Like, all right, even if that was true, even if he was doing that, like, I have to say it under every fucking post. It's just so ridiculous. Anyways, he went on to do so many great things. I loved his Fantastic Four stuff. Like, I read a bunch of it recently this winter when I was binging the past 25 years of Fantastic Four and catching up. But his stuff is always bright and dynamic, like I said, and just I love his shit, man. His shit is so kinetic and always pops off the page, and I always feel like he's one of the most talented and fun artists to read. His interiors don't quite live up to his covers, but they're always great and smooth reads.
And that's I'm glad you said that, bro. It's like it feels like sometimes they hire him for is covers, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Because when you open up the book, it's like, wait a minute. And it's not to say that the story isn't great, but it is a deviation from the art.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. They definitely lean on him for covers more. Cause I don't know if it's because they don't like his interior work so much, or it's just that's what's going to pull people in. Because his, for whatever reason, like, he doesn't have a lot of splash pages that kind of lean on his strengths. He doesn't play to his strengths on the interiors. I wish he did that more. That'd be my main criticism of him. Like,
the cover for Inhumanity 5 is crazy, bro.
Yep.
It's like Namor punching the shit out of Spider-Man, breaking his lens. I don't know if y'all saw that one or have that one.
Yep.
But yeah, his cover work, and I think it goes into what Vinny is saying. It's like this. It was a weird era. We kind of still are in it, but it's been like a weird era of like how newer people are getting into comics. Is they're getting in because of the covers. There's not necessarily like, oh, this tip pole event is happening, even though those things are still happening in Marvel. It's not because of that. Like the the Infinity Saga or the Gauntlet Saga, like that was bringing people in because word of mouth was so popular. All these characters are in it. Same thing as Secret Wars in a sense, because all these characters are in it, and that's attracting people word of mouth. It's just different here, and like now it's people just buying comics because they're following a certain artist, or it's a variation tied to something that's happening in the real world. That's just, they're playing all these different gimmicks to try to get people in right now. It's just not a whole lot, and I'm happy we're getting stuff from Hickman, and obviously the legacy greats some of them are still at it. But it's a lot of comic cover dressing, and then you get in there and it's just like, oh man, this is ass. That's purely
that's how it be, bro. It's terrible, bro, because it's like it got to that point where you would just buy it because it's a great land cover, but as soon as you get in, it's like, fuck, bro, like damn, like why can't it translate? Why is it, like you said, Vinny, like I think he's not playing to his strengths enough with interiors. I think it would be dope if they allowed him to do interiors. And I wonder if he just allowed himself to be pigeonholed that way as well.
I don't think he interiors.
Yeah.
I don't know him, but I just it seems that way from the work, and it just seems I think it's kind of similar to Michael Turner a bit. Like Matt motherfucker was a cover artist guy too. They would throw his art on a lot of covers that he did not do the interiors. That really kind of started with McFarlane. I think McFarlane used to do that a lot. They put him on a cover, and on the inside it wasn't him, like a Marvel Fantasy or different books. Turner, they did that a lot with. If you want to sell a book, you throw him on a cover. You could be totally different artists on the inside. But I think I don't know. I think that some of those artists were more capable for their interior work, and maybe Greg Land is like, that's not really my strong suit. Let me just knock out these great covers.
I wonder if it's a time thing, because McFarlane, the rumor is McFarlane would take his time with drawing, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which was a big deal with Image. He was able to take his time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just the timing thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure these covers, looking at it compared to the inside work, probably takes a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But it's a business. I'm not saying it's him saying it. It might be Marvel that's like, yo, we need this book needs to be done by this time.
Yeah. I mean, they could, man, but I mean, I just think that,
bro, he was killing some ASM covers, but ASM was hot fucking garbage. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But like, when they started bringing back a little bit of the symbiote shit, that's when some of his stuff was really good. Like there's this one I'm looking at right now. I remember seeing it's like Peter like inside a silhouette of a symbiote, and it's like he's like literally getting enveloped inside of it as well. Like really cool dynamic stuff, but again, it's attached to some lackluster storylines that will never be iconic just because in terms of how it was received.
Yeah. I mean,
this book is amazing, yo.
I think, I don't know if this is the one that you're referring to, because I think I just somewhat found it. I don't know if this is the one, but this is dope as shit. Hold on, let me see. Is it this one?
Yeah, that's the virgin copy. But yeah,
definitely incredible. Yeah, definitely incredible, man. But Lan, I mean, again, incredible artist. One to definitely look at and remember, man. And I can't wait. I mean, like I said, right now he is doing like the latest run on West Coast Avengers, a hodgepodge team where fucking now Ultron is part of the group.
I saw my homie Comics Explain covered a video of that.
And here's the thing.
Got into that one yet.
So here's the thing.
On that.
But here's the thing, because my comic book shop put that in because it's an event that takes place before, One World Under Doom. And he was like, you might want to just check it out. And I was going to tell him to take that shit out, because I was like, nah, I don't know, bro. Because I was, the West Coast Avengers team has always been like a mockery, bro. Like they always fuck around with it. Yeah, bro.
It was good for like a couple years. That's it.
Yeah, and they never take the team serious, bro. But then I mean, I was like, yo, and now you adding Firestar and all these different, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, they pulled Firestar up out the box.
Yeah, But when you read the story, and here's the thing is like, I wish, because there's a section in there, because he explains it, but he doesn't really go in and dissect everything, which he's not, he's going whatever. But there is really a heartwarming conversation between her and, I forget his name. He changed his name now. He become Wonder Man now, and Simon is pissed. But in the book, she's talking about, and not to go too deep in it, she's talking about her addiction, and it's drilled down more so in the book, to whereas she feels as though she's responsible for half the lives that were lost in Krakoa. And that's why she said each time she takes a drink, it's punishment for the lives that were destroyed. Because it and I'm like, damn, like that's really heavy the way she's, because you think it's an annoying character, but it's not. You really get a chance, because she really explains it. So it goes in deeper, but I read the book, but I don't see myself collecting anymore. I don't think I'm going to do it, because it can go either way, and I'm just like, nah, I'll stay out of it. But it is worth picking up and reading. But again, I want to see what, because Land's doing work in that book. He's doing work, doing cover art for it. The one that I have, because it has like different alternate covers, and the one I have is an alternate cover of Land's.
Just keep his ass on the first page.
Yeah, it's dope, because that cover, if you look at the cover, I'll find it. I'll show you. It's really dope. But definitely, man, shout out to him, man, because like I said, he's an incredible artist, and one that we needed to talk about.
You know who's doing interiors and exteriors very well, and Vinny know him, because he know I fucking love this guy right now. Chichito Marco, man.
He's special.
Special.
You know what's funny? Bloomer, I know you obviously know his ultimate work, and you probably know before that. You might not, but if you know before that, he did Daredevil.
Yeah, that with. Is that
I can't remember which
Chip Zdarsky?
Yeah.
Or
but the deep dive is before that, Punisher.
Oh, he did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's fire.
Say less.
That's his that's his holy trinity. Pun, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. Though that's his three. That was his stepping stones to where he's at now. Pun, then Daredevil, then Spidey, and you can see him get better with each of those. Punisher, Daredevil's better than Punisher, and Ultimate Spidey's better, but he uses all three in all those books. That's like his three favorites.
Definitely. So yeah, it definitely is worth picking him up and checking out his work, man. As always, he's killing it.
We're a comic book show here, so for anyone who's a new reader who are hearing us talk about getting kind of like duped, I guess, by like, a great, amazing cover, but the interiors are a different person and it's trash.
It happened a lot over the years.
If it's not exactly like bait and switch, like if you are a new reader and you don't know how to tell that, and the book is in a plastic bag and you can't open it, there's usually credits for the team on the cover. So if it says, like Wade, and then, Jones, and then Michaels, like there's your writer, artist, and anchor. And if it's not Land, but yet you see Land on the cover, that means all that motherfucker did was the cover. You'd see Land.
But man, we done bought hundreds. I know y'all have. I done bought hundreds of comics like that and still enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it's like the cover.
Because a lot of times you don't look at the credits. You just assume that that's who it is. But if you want to, if you want to make a concerted effort to make sure that doesn't happen, that you can tell by looking at the credits. It's rare that the credits aren't listed on the cover. There are virgin covers where they're not, but usually you can tell.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Should be at least 3 or 4 names you should see, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to move on to this here because it is something worth talking about, but I'm talking about it specifically for a reason. Jay, you just gotta walk with me, bro. Just walk with me.
I'm with you.
Just walk with me, bro. Like just walk. All right, Jay. Jay. All right, before I get to that, let me show you something, Jay. Maybe this will help because I saw this. But Ren sent me this. Look at this, bro.
Me too. I said Ren, bro.
Yeah. You saw that?
Yo, they use the same paint I used for the one I did. You can tell.
Bro, it's just incredible.
It
I'm
looks amazing,
I'm
bro.
just scared to do it because I don't have a steady hand like that. So
But
anyway,
see, you got to buy another one. I can't do it. I'm not doing it to my regular.
Yeah.
I gotta buy another one.
I have two here.
Oh, you
But,
have to. You lucky.
Yeah, I have two here, but I'm just letting. What's the name supposed to do the hair for it? Tina. She's gonna do long.
I can
She's
paint the
gonna do,
body.
yeah, she's gonna do longer hair for it. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna probably have
longer
to,
hair. Oh, that's
yeah,
dope.
she's gonna do longer hair. So she's gonna do long hair and she's gonna do
Yeah.
the tips in red. It's gonna be black hair with the tips in red.
Nah.
Yeah, she's gonna kill it. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Oh, yeah. Ren showed me this other day, bro. I almost fell out my chair. Dog.
Yeah, she's gonna do it. So I want to bring this up, right? So James Gunn is talking about the four pillars of DC, and this came down from Zaslav himself. So the four pillars for him is going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl. So we already know that we're getting crazy, right? So we already know that we're basically getting, both Superman and Supergirl. And then of course they're going to be working on Batman. But there is supposed to be an announcement coming, and he made an announcement. He went on when somebody asked him about this character, he was like, I can't make the announcement now, but something is coming. Now, here's the thing, and I want to get everybody's perspective on this because right now we're living in the space of just rumor, right? So we just want to live in that space where everything right now is just a rumor. It's not to be taken; it's to be taken with a grain of salt. But he did follow this person, and he has been following this person with great interest. And if this is true, and if rumors are to be true, and it's certain things that it's going around right now, how would y'all feel if Adria Daddario became Wonder Woman?
That's the shorty from Andor.
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah. How would you feel? Now,
hold on. He's trying to pick her to do it.
It's to be taken with a grain of salt, but there's a rumor that an announcement is going to be made soon.
Andor's baby mama. I love
it. That's I'm asking this question because I'm wondering what people would think about it if, in fact, there's been like ever since people have been talking about it, it's been art floating around. Like people have been using her face
she could definitely do
as art to become Wonder Woman and stuff like that.
Now, how tall is she?
What? See, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But but them big ass Amazon boots, they can make her tall, bro. It don't even matter.
Yeah, they gotta make her tall.
We could all dunk on Robert Downey Jr., bro. Nobody gives a
exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah,
exactly.
True. But you gotta do Wonder Woman right, bro. Like Gal Gadot was what? She's 5'9", ain't she?
She was 5'10".
5'10". She almost 6
Ain't nothing Hollywood can't hide, bro.
So I would love her to.
No, she was 5'9". 5'9". I'm sorry, 5'9".
And she gonna be wearing them super tall ass heels.
Yeah, she'll be 6 foot.
Nothing,
she'll be 6 foot. Oh man, that'd be
great. Again, this is to be taken with a grain of salt.
I hope they pick her, bro, but I don't trust James.
What happened to Vinny?
Must have had a little technical difficulty.
Yeah. So what would you think now if they picked her to play the role? How would y'all feel?
I'll be happy as hell.
You be
after seeing her in Andor?
Yeah.
And I love Gail. Everybody know that. But after seeing her in Andor, bro, like, yo, she can definitely be Diana. Just give her the boots, give her a little height, put her at 6 foot.
Yeah.
She's good. She can do it, bro. She got the chops. She got the acting chops. She can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she can pull it off.
She can do it.
I think Adria can definitely pull it off, bro. And she would be able to do it. But what do you think? I mean, most importantly, though, what do you think about, Gunn and the pillars, like the four? Do you think it's like you're putting Supergirl in this? And I know it's tough for me, bro, because on one hand, I'm like, okay, I'm fine with, I keep forgetting her name of with her doing it, but a part of me just wish that he would have given, what do you say? Battery died, didn't realize wasn't plugged in. Be back in a sec. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, his battery died, so he'll be back in a minute. I'm okay with the choice. And the Supergirl, like now we know the principal photography for Supergirl's wrapped.
Mhm.
And I think because again, there was no real news moved on that, but Millie Alcott, thank you.
Yeah.
It was
I was
wrapped.
about to say Millie Bobby Brown. That's why I shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
But what do you think? I think David Zaslav, he actually came and said, Joe, we gotta move on this one. I told you what I wanted in the very beginning,
Yeah, bro.
and nothing else. Like I'm listen.
He wanted the Trinity, bro.
Like, listen, bro. I understand doing certain things and it's gonna be different, this, that, and the third. I get it, bro. But I ain't nobody that I know asked for no damn Sergeant Rock, bro.
Come on, trash.
The fuck, that would have been trash. It would have been look. Nobody asked for that shit, bro. Like, I definitely didn't ask for that, bro. Like, and I know a lot of people would have been like, yo, come on, man. Like, why?
Sergeant Rock is a low-key Nick Fury ripoff.
Sergeant Rock, bro. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
who would have? And I'm so glad that, like, again, they put that on ice. They're saying it's not, you know, right now it's just not a move.
That's good. That's good.
Now, which is cool. You know, but I think Zaslav was the one who stepped in and said, you know, yo, you gotta
fix this shit, bro. Yeah.
Yo, fix that shit because we need, you definitely need noise on Wonder Woman. And I think also what made it more so vocal was just fans. It's like, yo, come on, man. Like, the Trinity is the Trinity.
You saw what Charlie said? He better stop playing games with me.
What did he say? He said, I'm not a DC fan, but I know Lantern is more. What did he say?
The one before that.
New Princess Leia, Millie Bobby Brown.
Don't play games because she could do it.
She could.
She could kill it.
Nah, she looks 50
like
years old now.
Like a young one. Yeah.
Millie Bobby.
I can see her. I can see her in the buns doing that
Hell
for some
yeah.
fucking bullshit, but not for.
Yeah.
I don't know. For a movie,
nah. She could do it, bro.
Millie too old now.
Yeah, she pulled the look off. I guess.
Or it depends if they're going for an older age.
Yeah, she ain't.
Or like
if they're going with
Kenobi.
Yeah, or Heir to
she
the
would
Empire.
fit right there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Heir to the Empire they can do, but
having her with the younger Luke, and then actually we get to see Leia training for real.
Sebastian Stan.
And yeah, but go ahead. What were you going to say, Bert? Because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's just I guess I get it in terms of those are two Kryptonians, and there's really no one in the universe that can really like say no to those two people, like in terms of raw strength and under the sun. It seems like Kal-El is going to have a head start on her, and they're going to use her as the trainee super, as opposed to the other way around. Because in the most of the time, it's been she gets there first, and she's been soaked up on that sun rays that she's got a huge head start on him. In certain instances, I know that's probably more
by power scale. They've always said that she was more powerful.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm getting at.
But then they've always changed it and said, no, well, Kal-El's more powerful. So because of the amount of time that he's basically spent soaking up the radiation, and on top of that, because she's been on and off, and pretty much, as she hasn't been one that's been, just stuck within our galaxy itself. So she hasn't really soaked enough of our sun up to really, whatever. So
I guess I get that in terms of these are Kryptonians, but kind of like to what Charlie was saying, like, why not a lantern? Because the lantern is the other side of the space stuff that Kryptonians don't even know about for real, unless I'm missing out on some other history about it. But like the lanterns is its own like cosmic stuff out there. They've got their own shit. Yeah, like there's so many of them, right? Like they went through the whole war, which I said at the beginning of this, I would love to see. Saying that right now. That's it. So it's really interesting that that's not the case. Maybe it's he's saying that because that don't even make any sense. I can't even make it make sense, bro. Because we're about to have that buddy cop lantern, and Homeboy's been Lantern forever, for a minute now already. At that point in the show, we see fucking bowl cut Mo from the Three Stooges in the trailer for the Superman. So like we know that it already exists in this world. So like, why are you not saying this is Green Lantern? What are you seeing in that story that I'm missing out on? Because I know a decent amount of Green Lantern, and he's always been a part of the Justice League. Every time I've seen the Justice League, it's always him. He's there, and he matters. He's not like a bat. You know, the way that y'all motherfuckers be doing Martian Manhunter. He ain't that.
Well, the thing about DC, bro, you gotta look at it. They always have had Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman as their trinity. That was the first three characters that came along when DC first started.
Right.
Superman first, Batman, then Wonder Woman.
Just in real life timeline shit. That's the Trinity.
Right. So it's like that's their Trinity. Supergirl came along like a few years later. So I mean, and then Green Lantern and all them guys came along after her. So their first three have always been Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. That's why I think that Green Lantern and Flash have always been tier 2 characters, because that's how they came along. That's how they came about. So I guess they're trying to follow the same, I guess, recipe that DC did in the very beginning, which is smart, I think, because those were the first three books that they even did was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman in that order. You know what I'm saying?
I see. This is like, it seems like
it's always been that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Before I go to prop, Vinny, because I didn't get a chance to ask you about this, but what do you feel? How would you feel if this was true?
I liked her in Andor. I wouldn't say that she's a super strong actress. I think that was more the tone of the show. I didn't leave that show thinking I can't necessarily wait to see Vixen a whole bunch of other things, but I liked her, and I didn't have any real opinion, positive or negative, about Gal before she was Wonder Woman, and they made that work from a physical and visual standpoint, and that was able to carry Wonder Woman despite any criticisms of her acting ability. I don't need Wonder Woman delivering Shakespearean lines. She's not playing fucking Ozymandias. She don't need to be a great actress. She needs to be able to look like she enjoys fighting. That's the only prerequisite for Diana. She enjoys whipping somebody's fucking ass. Like that's the only prerequisite. They can do movie magic to make her work. There's very few female actresses who are going to look as physically imposing as Diana does without casting like a wrestler or somebody. So there's and I don't necessarily need them to do that. They just need to make it look right. And Diana, like Cal, is somebody who's strong because of supernatural strength, not their physical mask like a regular human. So like Superman doesn't need to be drawn like Ed McGuinness. He can be drawn skinny and still be
strong as hell
because he's an alien. She's strong because she's a goddess. So it doesn't matter how big or strong she looks. And so physically, it's whatever. She's beautiful, and that's pretty much the core prerequisite, I guess. But and she has the like kind of exotic look, so that helps too. And but acting wise, I don't know if I've seen like anything from Andor that makes me feel like, oh, like this is someone who is going like born for the role or anything like that. But I didn't feel that way going into Gal, and Gal won me over, so I don't really have any kind of like hang-ups. I hate but before we move, I hate that Mount Rushmore list that they just put. Like, that's clearly because you have a Supergirl movie coming out. You just fucking threw her in there.
Well, that was my...
You couldn't be more obvious that it's like, oh yeah, well, we got a Supergirl movie coming out, and most people
throw her in there real quick.
None of that makes sense to me. I'm trying to make sense of it. I couldn't.
Like the average Joe doesn't really have a vested interest in Supergirl, so it's like it's telling. It's telling people how they want them to think. So it's like, oh, we say this and hopefully we sway public opinion. Everybody knows that it's the Holy Trinity, and then you could plug in either Flash or Green Lantern. Take your pick. But this is like having Nightwing as the fourth. You don't need two super related characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and the bottom line is though, especially under the circumstances. I mean, I'm happy that Zaslav said, look, I think you need to tame doing all these abstract, especially if we're trying to win. Like we're trying to win. We see what Marvel is doing right now. And like, bro, did you hear even the latest rumor that these motherfuckers is possibly eyeing Daniel Day-Lewis to play Magneto? Like, that's crazy. And it's a rumor. But if that's true, the thing is, it's like competitively, you want to be on point. You need to put your heavy hitters up front. Like, you definitely need to, bro. We need, Brave and the Bold. We need Wonder Woman. You need to basically put these characters up front. It only makes sense. What you think, bro?
Bro, well, they saying pillars, right? And I think one of you guys mentioned this, the movie. They got Vinny, I think, got a Supergirl movie coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering, because I read the article, I didn't see anywhere where they specified why. And we already know what the Trinity is. You know what I'm saying? We know why, 3 of them for sure. But I really wonder if it is a statement about the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know Lobo is going to be, like, how many characters are going to be pulled in with each movie? And maybe that's why they put in Supergirl. So yes, it's a movie to promote, but are there things that's going on in that Supergirl movie that's going to, what a better phrase, world building? You know what I'm saying? Are these the 4 movies that they plan on building this world on? Because we know Superman, we've seen Hawkgirl, we've seen, and yes, we got Peacemaker, we got some other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But even
if that's the case, why put Diana in there? You're not even giving her a fucking movie
that we know of. You know what I'm saying? Or I think it's half and half, because we had the suit version that made the announcement, right? We had the non-creative person that came out and validated this. So it could have been just a suit thing, which is like, we know for a fact. That's why I say we know for a fact 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? These are the 3 that they got to get right.
It's
as well.
totally a suit fucking announcement. It is,
man.
It's suit announcement of suit announcements.
It is, bro. I didn't even click on it. I saw the reports. I didn't even click on it until later.
But you know what? I'm not going to
this joint.
If it's a soup announcement, bro, even with that basically being said, I'm not mad at it, because at least there's fucking movement. Like they're saying, because I know, but see, Zaslav said in the very beginning that he wanted the Trinity. He said that before even in the announcement.
Before they even changed over Cavill and all that shit.
Yeah, he said he wanted the focus was going to be on the Trinity. He wanted Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to be the focus. Gunn comes in and it's like,
they want this other shit.
You mute that point, and I think that in a sense slightly hurt. I'm not saying. I'm not saying Gunn's a genius. I'm not taking it away from him, because he is. He knows how to take insular characters that we're not really focused on, and make something work. And we know that he can do it. I'm confident in him as a director. I'm confident in his skill. And I'm sorry, I believe that Superman is going to be pretty good. I hope it's going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? For his sake, even though I was slightly kind of underwhelmed with the trailer. Again, that's why I said I'm just going to reserve my comments until I see the movie, because I know it's going to be dope. And I'm just I can't wait to see Mr. Terrific.
Hey Jay, I told Leo this already, but I'm telling you, the costume was tighter in the trailer, bro. It was form fitting.
When he pulled the drawstring, he pulled the drawstrings on to make it tight.
Yo, it was clearly digital. It was I could clearly see the digital.
Yeah, he got Reebok pumps, bro.
But they did.
He pumped it up under his arm. He pumped it up, and they got tight.
Now,
Reebok pump.
Trash.
Now it still looked like there's a gap in the arm, but the actual suit,
when they go like this, the shit hanging like this.
I look, it wasn't hanging as much, bro. I swear. If you don't take nothing else from the trailer, that's my takeaway.
Yeah,
like, and I was only thinking about you. I was like, they at least got the costume a little better.
The first trailer cracked me up, bro. When the boy threw a soda can at my man's head and he blinked.
Oh, they took that out.
Oh my god,
They fixed that for you.
Oh, they fixed it.
Yeah. The blink is not in there. They took the blink out, bro.
So the man that said he don't care what the fans say.
I prefer the blink. I prefer
I prefer the blink because it humanizes him, bro.
Why y'all trying to humanize him so much?
But it wasn't.
No.
Listen, because of pain.
Listen.
It wasn't because of pain.
Listen, bro. I'm talking
the whole
about
point of Superman is that he's human.
Yeah, but
not overly. Not you don't have to bring him all the way down on our level, bro.
It's not like you gotta hurt him, like he's disappointed.
That's what I'm saying. It's not humanizing him to the point where he felt pain. It wasn't about the pain. It was about the disappointment that why are these people doing this to me when I'm only looking out for their better interest?
Bro.
And that's the humanity of it. I'm not talking about basically taking him from a god to just like a peasant or just like I'm talking about from the human aspect, the human condition, the emotional aspect of it.
Brandon Ross Superman got shot point blank in the eye with a fucking 50 caliber.
That was dope.
Didn't blink.
No, but you're
got hit with a nuclear.
Listen though, because Leo's being nice, bro. I took it as a black moment, man. It was a black moment. That dude closed his eyes and said, "This mother."
Like,
that's how I saw it.
Okay.
Like he's. I mean, but
I give you that.
I heard a different take on it. That they wanted to CGI out the blink, but they had to rush the trailer. That could be it,
bro.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. When I looked at it,
that's hilarious.
I wonder which way. I wonder if it's a chance. And I know this is crazy. It sounds crazy, but I was looking at it when he kept his eyes, when he blinked, the blink looked like a visual effect to me. I wonder if they put that blink in.
Nah, that blink was a blink.
You think
that blink was a blink?
And it was the exact same shot too. They got a side by side. It's not a different take. It's the exact same shot.
The man that said he don't care that the fans' influence not going to change what he does with his work, he took the blink out.
Well, he interacts with the fan. Did he say that specifically?
Yes.
I could hear him saying that. I don't know why. I don't know why I asked that question.
If he said that, that's hilarious because he's chronically.
Yes.
He
said that. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: if it makes sense, though, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's the danger. And by the way, I hate to say this.
I'll give you the danger. Moment. I'll give you the black moment. I'll give you that one.
It's a black. Watch it, Watch it with that in your mind.
I give you that.
This mother. I just fell from the sky. I just beat up this monster, and you doing what? Don't you know I'll stop the shit out of you in 2 seconds, bro? I give you that. I give you that.
It's the pain on the inside is what they want to highlight.
Watch me go see that movie. That whole scene ain't in there.
It probably will be.
Listen, bro.
22 start playing.
Just the man gets shot with a 50 cal in the eye and on blink once.
You know how much you love soundtracks. Watch Blink 182. Come on.
He and my boy ain't that bad, yo.
I don't know.
Listen,
we'll see.
Oh, shit.
Listen,
with that big ass Superman suit on, like
you know what? We might as well
like Jor-El's suit and Kal-El's
we might as well just go here real quick.
Hand me down, bro. This is Big Bro suit.
Let's go here. Let's go here. We might as well just go here now. So I wanted to move into this, bro. We're gonna talk about this because definitely we know that July is gonna be a packed month. If you had to think about it and compare the two, because like I said, we know Superman and the Fantastic Four are dropping. Some people are basically siding on the fact that, Superman being, or they're saying a more popular IP, that will win. Some people are saying, well, Fantastic Four, because again, I mean, now that the MCU actually has it, there's some good to come out of it and it's to be expected. Now, again, we know, and we can't be dismissive of it, bro. You can't be dismissive. Even though we love Man of Steel, wasn't a huge draw. It wasn't. Box office numbers, they basically speak for what it was. It wasn't as huge as they thought it was going to be. Neither was the Fantastic Four. They've gone through so many different transitions. And I think what soured people on that was this, the last attempt that we got before this. So both movies definitely have a lot to prove. With the transition with Henry Cavill to what is it, Hornsworth, or what's his name?
Corn sweat.
Corn sweat. Corn sweat. And wait a minute, you know what, Doper? I ain't hating on dude because he is a fanatically a Star Wars fanatic.
Star Wars head,
yeah,
bro.
he loves Star Wars.
He is a Star Wars fucking fanatic.
I give
bro.
him that. He's in the car.
I ain't gonna lie, bro, Leo.
I give him that.
The voice change.
What?
Oh, Clark Kent, the Superman.
From Clark Kent to Superman, I was like,
it was dope, bro.
I was like, okay,
it was dope.
There's something here. That for me personally,
it's been
done before, but bro,
I know. But it's here right now.
Listen. It's here now. It's in this particular space. I don't want to talk too much about the trailer because Vinny ain't seen it.
But I ain't seen it.
And I'm not going to talk about the Fantastic Four trailer, but you're right, Roberticus. What I'm seeing is something sort of special in that. Even though I was sort of underwhelmed with it, as to be quite honest, still it could be something special. So wait and see. Mm-hmm. But if you had to basically, and I'm gonna start with you, Roberticus, first. Who in your mind, in your opinion, wins the day? I mean, we're talking about July, huge box office, and I didn't include Jurassic Park. I'm talking about these two franchises. Who do you basically feel, or which film do you feel wins the day?
Well,
I agree, Skywalker.
Listen, Negro, I'm from the 616. I'd never go against the fucking home team. That shit is just sacrilegious. All right, come on now. But I think the Superman movie in my heart has just the edge. If it gets in there, does well, and the word of mouth gets out, I think it has a puncher's chance to take Fantastic Four to to the 8th or 9th round, and somebody's going down in that round. That you know what I'm saying? Like the Fantastic Four is attached to the MCU. The MCU is trying to grow their momentum. People are happy with what they're beginning. It's been going from like bad now to average. Now it's good. I think both movies are going to be on for successes, but there's just this feeling. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just hope for DC to get on. Maybe it's that. But there's just what you say, bro.
It's freaking Superman, bro.
I'm just like
that's what the feeling is. It's the most famous superhero. What are we talking about?
All time,
like
all time, bro.
It just
it don't matter.
People want to see this done right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of the most.
And Leo did make a good point. You know what? I will say you made a good point that Man of Steel didn't. But as much as I love Man of Steel, but
still made crazy money though.
It did. But the symbolisms, the colors, the way it was presented was so different. Like, dude, I was in Japan. They got a yard sale that they have in Okinawa. That's to the locals. Bro, I sold some of my son's flip flops with a Superman logo on it. Logo was all faded. Like I felt guilty for having it there.
They jumped on
somebody,
it,
bro.
They jumped on it,
bro. Superman is
Okinawa was fire. I love Okinawa, bro.
So y'all, dog. So I think these Superman more than anything, man. Spider-Man is a big deal too. But and I know, and Jay, I know your reservation about the costume and everything, but just looking at the logos, the colors, you will look at this trailer, and they're using
worldwide,
right, and they're using the music.
William
Dude is saying a new rendition or
the William.
Nah, bro, that to me, it sounds like maybe a different orchestra, but it's so I think that kind of thing is going to resonate with people a little bit differently than it's a clear difference between this and Man of Steel. And again, I love Man of Steel, but I understand this direction, and it's a clear difference between this and that. You know, this is more hope to use Campbell Towell's statement. I think it's just more hopeful in general. Their message looks more hopeful.
Because it looked like the Fantastic Four fails. It's looking like they fucking get smoked, bro.
Well,
I'm with you on that one because right now the messaging in that trailer versus that trailer are just two different tones. Right
and Leo mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned, it's Marvel. Marvel's getting it's a lot of Marvel. It's a lot of production talk. Because don't get me, because Fantastic Four is gonna be dope. I think Fantastic Four, but there's so much studio talk that comes with Fantastic Four that everybody is talking about. We might say that about Superman, but Superman lives outside that studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to know anything about DC, Warner Brothers, or anything. Like, Superman is Superman, whereas in Fantastic Four, we look, is this going to get better? Is this going to do it? Is it like Infinity War? Is it Marvel, Disney? You know what I mean? It's so connected to that.
There's a lot of trappings, but I would argue that there are some trappings with the Superman movie.
No, we're coming. Sure.
We're literally just leaving a universe, and people love that. There's people on this panel that got figures from that last universe, whole ass cases of that shit. You know, so like there are still some trappings with that. I just wanted to posit that. I think that was amazing.
Nah. I agree. I do agree.
So before I get to, because the dichotomy's here, because you said what you said, Roberticus, so it's only fair that I go to Vinny on this one because I want to hear his thoughts. But before I do this, though, I want to say something because I know we're talking about soup, but there is momentum that Fantastic Four has.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of momentum that they have in this space because, remember, people did go see the Thunderbolts. They did see that post-credit scene. We do know that we're basically getting, you know what I mean? Doom
in our world.
You know, we are getting actually Doomsday. We know that for fans and people who know about that, there's some connective tissue that's there. We did get those seats that people sat for 5 hours watching, knowing. So there's momentum in that space. And keep in mind, you excluded Jedi Kid. But for those who basically watched The Last of Us last night, which you basically saw, this ain't funny though, bro.
Hey,
fucking Pedro Pascal had me crying my heart out, bro. It hit me so hard, bro.
Leo, is that his best performance? Is that his best performance?
For anybody who has ever had to make the choice and sacrifice to lie for the love of your daughter, the love of your children, and the pain of knowing that there is something in that child that will never forgive you, and knowing that sacrifice caused that, bro, that was an Emmy-winning performance, bro. He performed his ass off last night, bro, and that was the beauty of that, bro. The entire episode was nothing but love. You saw the love of a fucking father, bro. If that, and people who are watching that also provides a level of momentum for this film, knowing that Pascal's in it, and it's about family, bro. This man is diverse. He can do anything. That's how strong of an actor he is. And I'm just basically saying based off of that. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying before we let Vinny go, because I know this Fantastic Four, was that his best performance? You've seen overall. So. Was that his best performance? Because I've been struggling with that the last like 16 hours. Was that the best time?
I gotta say, oh, bro,
he was in Narcos as well. He was in Narcos.
I love Narcos. Can you carry Narcos, bro?
This is different. This is different.
Bloomer. Yes.
Yes. This, in my opinion, was the best performance that I have ever seen from this man. Anytime you have me sitting back, choked up, crying off of your performance, because again, he was the father that all of us have been in that moment. And the tears that, and bro, just the struggle in his face, it was there, bro. It was
there. This is why I said he would justify for what he did in the first game.
Bro, So this is what I'm saying. There's momentum to be had in that particular space. That's why I'm saying it.
Yo, Jay, that was part of the scene, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Like,
part of the dialogue, yo. It was beautiful.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that dialogue got me to think back on that conversation.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
we
And
actually
let me tell you something. Now I guess that his character is dead. Like I said, I'm done with the show. But now that his character is dead, right? They're gonna have all these Pedro flashbacks to carry the rest of this season.
I think this is it,
bro.
I think this is it,
Hell,
yo. Because
They're
they
gonna have more. They're gonna have more.
Listen,
Joel
I'm gonna tell
flashbacks
you,
came to game
Bro.
too.
Pedro is one of the best actors in Hollywood right now today.
Not as big as this one. I'm gonna tell you, he might come back, but that's all the behind the scenes. He did the hugging and crying.
They're gonna have more. They're gonna have
listen,
more.
No. Listen, bro. Listen. What you're not understanding is it was in Renz. I got to bring this up. It was this line that broke me because I love you in a way that you cannot understand, bro.
That's dad shit.
That's some dad shit, and we've all been there, bro. We've all been there because I said something similar to that to my daughter the day that she got on that plane and went back to Australia. That shit hits. So this is what I'm saying. There's a lot that's going into it and a lot of the momentum that's moving towards that way because again, now for all the fucking haters out there that question why fucking Disney chose him to be Reed, watch that episode and shut the fuck up. That's all I'm going to say.
If you even hate the show, watch the
There's
clips.
a lot of people complaining, bro.
Can't even watch the show.
About him being
Watch
Joel?
the clips.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on. Time out.
Yeah.
There's complaints about him being Joel.
No.
Being
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm about to
Reed.
Being
Reed
Richards. He's a hell of a
Being
why
Reed,
not?
bro.
Why not? He can do anything.
Bro, bro, he killed last night's performance, bro. Killed it. So that's why I'm saying it can go in that direction. But Vinny, your thoughts, who do you think takes it if you had to think about it?
It's a really good debate because they both have the same strengths and same problems. Their IPs are absolutely phenomenal histories and legacies. It's Superman doesn't need a explanation of why that is a legacy IP, and Fantastic Four is literally Marvel's first family. Like that is that was one of the foundations of Marvel's rise to popularity, and both have had both are going into this head to head with overcoming a huge obstacle. Like Fantastic Four is overcoming 3 films that underperformed and left a lot of fans upset, and for different reasons. And
there was 3 of them.
Yeah. The first one, the Silver Surfer, and then the 2015 joint.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
Michael B. Jordan and all that was ass.
You are correct to have blocked it from your memory because I tried.
I didn't even finish watching it.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah, that is a very
what word you say?
Very huge obstacle to overcome. How horrible that film was. That was an abomination. But and Superman has had to overcome, and like I said, they had Man of Steel and everything, but the he's not overcoming the obstacle of Man of Steel. He's overcoming the obstacle of the DCEU. He's overcoming the entirety of the underperformance experiment that was the Snyderverse. Unfortunately, that is a huge controversy because you have so many people who want to still see that, and then there's a whole bunch of people who they didn't support it when it was there. So it's people fighting over a chick that left you. It's like it doesn't matter what it was, it's gone. So this is a huge head to head. The reason for me personally is Fantastic Four. I think that they are going to edge out a victory for the reasons that we previously discussed, in that there's connective tissue that's really important here, from Thunderbolts tying in the end of their film with the Fantastic Four ship. Then you have the following huge Doomsday film, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but I'm assuming that they might tease Doom at the end of this. If not, it's still the next thing coming. So people might watch
Yeah, people
it,
know.
if
Yeah.
people might watch it to see, if Doom will be at the end of this, and whether you like the Downey Jr. casting or not. It's either way, it's interesting, and no one wants to be left out. No one wants to read about it. People want to see it with their own eyes. What's going to happen, and there's many people like me who watched the X-Men and Fantastic Four flounder over at Fox for years, praying, wishing that they came back. And we watched Galactus be a cloud over at Fox, hoping that they came back to MCU, Marvel Studios, and did it justice. And then you have Pedro Pascal, who the opening scene was, that hit fucking home. Like, I've had conversations with my father about how his father treated him and how important it is to, I'm trying my best. You'll be better than me. Your kids will be better than you. And the legacies of fathers and their children. It's so important. It hits home. And that final scene was absolutely the epitome. Like, that was you. If there's anyone who doesn't understand why this motherfucker is everywhere, here's 2 minutes and it explains everything you need to know about why Pedro Pascal's face is plastered all over every single project in Hollywood. And that's why, because that guy could do everything. Now, I did have reservations about him being Reed only because he's never been cast as someone like Reed, and it's not that I don't think he can. It's just that he never has. He's never been. He's always been so fucking likable and charming, and Reed isn't really supposed to be a fun guy to hang out. That's Johnny. Reed is a fucking jerk. He's obsessed with work. He's not a great husband. He's
not a great father.
Not a great father. All he cares about is his work, and that's what
you just described the Mandalorian, bro.
But that's what. But Mandalorian doesn't have. You know what I mean? That's it's a little different because that's Reed. That's his journey is trying.
At least he's the Mando learning over there. Reed just don't want to. He's smart enough to know. He just not engaging.
Reed's journey is trying to figure out that like part of what I have to do, like I can solve any problem, but I can't solve this problem, like how to be a better person for my family. That's what that's his kryptonite. Like that's what he's trying to fucking work on. So it's a great casting choice on that level. But you're bringing in the audiences from Bear. You're bringing the audiences from Stranger Things. You're bringing in audiences who are really excited to be. People are excited to be excited for Marvel films again. Like I think that amidst all this talk of Marvel is back, Marvel is dead, Marvel quality over quantity, all this bullshit. I think people really want to be happy and excited to like go like get into. That's why Thunderbolts. I love Thunderbolts. But I don't think it was the best thing since sliced bread. But because it was a great movie, people made it out to be the best thing fucking ever because they were so excited to be excited. It's like they were caught up in the fact that it was something fun again, and they missed that feeling.
Connective tissue is back.
I think that's going to steamroll into this, and I think it's going to pay off. Now, and all that said, Man of Steel is the jump off for an entire universe. So even if you don't like anything about the movie, the trailer, it's going to have a lot of people going just out of fucking sheer curiosity because the film is going to introduce not just things for this film, it's going to introduce the tone of their entire universe. So that's a huge what if for both sides. I personally think that 4 might edge it out. However, I think that it's going to be really close. It's really incredible.
It's going to be a book. It's going to be a great month for cinema. But before I go to you, Prop, one thing I do want to say, though, and people have to basically keep this in mind, is that as much as we want this movie, and I do definitely want Superman to succeed, you're still going to have that dark
Haters, bro.
side of the moon, which is any type of you know, when you got the who is it, the Zack Snyder stands over there who are gonna fucking try to I hope for a fucking fact.
Stay away from the grifters.
Yeah, man. I hope they do not let these motherfuckers
dog
try to review
whistlers.
bomb this shit.
Yeah,
because they will try to, bro.
There's not a giant contingent of people out there rooting for Fantastic Four to fail.
Yeah, there's not. That's the thing. They're not rooting for this to fail.
But there is people out there rooting for Superman to fail.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the part that's fucked up. That's a high mountain for them to climb. They better ramp up the promotion for this shit like now, like last year, because it needs to happen. Like they need to connect, because you're gonna have those motherfuckers out there will try to review bomb it and wait for there to be some type of mistake to say, see, you should have kept you know what I mean, shit like that. And Jay, I know you're not like that. I mean, you just like Cavill because you thought that he was the dope ass, and I agree.
Superman ever,
and I agree.
Best, bro.
But you're not taking it to the extremes that these other motherfuckers will. You know what I mean? You already know how that's gonna go down. So
no.
It is what it is. Prop, what were you gonna say, man?
Yo, two things. One, does the popularity of the trailer tell you guys anything? I know that's a weird question. This is a question for y'all. This is the fact that it got more views than Fantastic Four. Meaning
the first one trash. See, the first trailer did. It got I think over 1 million views.
This one the other day got more than the Fantastic Four one.
Oh, the second trailer.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
It did.
So
it did.
And I forgot the second question. So just that. What do you got? I mean, is that important?
But who do you think? Who do you think? Prop, while we're on you.
I think Superman. But you guys are making good points, man. Somebody was it Ghetto Yoda or Ren? Somebody made a point that I have to see. This is where the conversation, baby. I got an opinion, but I ain't as stubborn as Jedi Kid. I actually want that said on my name. Not as stubborn.
Not as stubborn as me, baby.
Because I think Superman. But somebody in the comments says something that I agree with. They were like,
Mama Luigi is right. They said that honestly, I believe the recent pictures of Snyder and Gunn posing together was their first attempt to calm the hate. I believe that too.
Made them mad at Snyder for posing with guns.
Yep, it did. It did.
Hold on. They take a picture together?
Yeah.
This is
like a few months back. Yeah.
He's trying to stop it. He's trying to put the fire out.
But it ain't gonna matter, dog, because their hate is self. What do you call it, dog? It's like self-generating, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're haters. It's that kind of hate. They don't care.
But it flows through you.
Yeah.
Let the hate flow.
The dark side, bro.
The dark side.
Man, baby. I do. So my only concern is somebody said Batman versus Superman didn't pull in the right numbers. And
that was a good.
And I have to, not about it being, but it didn't pull in the numbers. Like some of the stuff ain't nothing to do with the fact that you got two of the biggest superheroes
of all time.
You know what I mean? Didn't pull in those numbers, man. Is scary. But dude, I just really, really think you don't have to do the homework. Like you won't have to do the homework going into. There's a lot for it, dude. So I think Superman is going to be. I think it's going to do better number wise. I don't know what about reviews. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the people are going to say, but I think just number wise and money wise, man, I think it's in a better position in my opinion, bro. But like Fantastic Four, my you know what I mean? My pops. That was my pops in them superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Superman never had a pause. Fantastic Four had moments, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Superman has never had a pause. It's either been cartoons. If it ain't got nothing on TV, there's toys out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Vinny got a picture of Bob Ross painting Fantastic Four tattooed on his back. That's
funny. Yo, in a perfect world. So this is how
those cosmic rays were a happy little accident.
This is how much we love, and I think we've all expressed it, right? Like in a perfect world, both of them will do well because I'm going to see both of them. So I'm hoping everybody is like me, and we go check both of them out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. I just want to go. Now, I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to say this on camera. I have more confidence. Oh my God, dude. I love James Gunn, bro. I'm a James Gunn fan. I've liked everything. I know he's made some but even dude, Guardians 3 is an emotional. Like even the animal thing. Like he did Adam Warlock. I know what he did wrong. But even with what he did wrong, it was like, dude, it's emotional. It's funny, sad. It's exciting. That dude is good at storytelling. Right? With that being said, I'm more confident in the Fantastic Four story. Like I'm nervous about Superman because we got so many different versions of Gunn. Because even I love Suicide Squad. I watch Suicide Squad once a week, bro. I can watch it over and over again.
Nah.
Well, okay, but part of my point. Nah, is my point. I know as much as I love it, I know that movie isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom called my brother just now, mind you, my mom is deep in church. My brother just played it for my mom last night.
James Gunn version, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the James Gunn. Played it for my mom last night, and my mom called me and said it was a stupid movie. She was like, "That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen."
That's what I'm talking about.
But that's what I asked her though. I said, "But did you laugh? Was it funny?" It was funny. It was funny. You know what I mean? It was entertaining. It was entertaining, yo. So I don't know what Superman. I kind of know it's not going to go that dumb, but we really don't know what version of Gunn we're going to get. And I think the trailers have shown, like he's tried to show, but I'm not completely convinced, yo. And then there's things. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. Amazon Prime, they're releasing tickets 4 days early. They haven't announced how many tickets, but they're going to be showing it 4 days early, which to me shows confidence on one hand. But I saw The Flash 4 days early as well. I saw The Flash 4 days early.
Oh, God.
So that's the only thing. So you know what I mean? So it's like, so yes, they're confident, but confident don't mean that we're going to think it's good. But they feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the Flash was a trash can on fire,
bro. I done told the story. When I first saw it 4 days early, me and the wifey came out of the movie theater liking it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
With Flash,
I thought it was dope. It wasn't until I saw it on the small screen that the visual effects. The smaller the screen got, the worse the visual effects got for me.
But the story was awful because they took bits of Flashpoint and then they put their own shit in there. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Just make a Flashpoint movie.
It felt like Back to the Future. It had the fun that I got from Back to the Future is what I got from this movie.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and some of the things, like I didn't like the way Ezra Miller acted in Justice League. They kind of fixed it a little bit. So there was things I didn't like, but there was things I still don't like. I don't like the way he ran. That's the ugliest.
Yes. Oh my God.
The ugliest.
Terrible.
Run.
Like you having an asthma attack. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know why they did that, bro. Like, it definitely didn't.
My man from the TV show ran so much more like a comic book Flash, or he's supposed to run, humanly supposed to run.
It was weird, dog. But that's the only thing that. And James Gunn himself said that was one of the best superhero movies when it came out. Remember, he made a comment that this was one of the best
Flash.
About the Flash. That early release. So. Those are the things that's making me nervous, that make me think that Fantastic Four, I think, is going to be a better story.
And you see why I'm scared.
I get it. Every time you say it, I get it. I'm a Superman head like you, so I'm one of those people where it's like, dude, I watched Superman 4 twice in the movie theater. This is back in the 80s, bro. When
with Sun Man.
When I had to find a ride to get to the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? You had to have a whole plan to get to the movie theater.
Yeah. Ride that bus.
Yeah, bro. I watched that
movie I would never talk about, bro.
Dude, I watched it.
It's the worst out of all of them. But
I watched it recently.
I thought the one with Richard Pryor was that shit was bad, but then this one, bro,
it was awful.
Yeah. Jay, what you think, bro? Like, who you think wins the day, bro?
You know the answer, bro.
Bro, I love Superman. Well, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I gotta put you on camera for this one.
Don't let the I'm your conscience. Don't let your emotions.
Let the hate just flow through you, bro. Just go on, let it out, bro. Let it out. Go on, let it out.
All right, let me try to woosah.
Let it out, bro.
First of all, I need to know.
Go let it out, bro. Go and get it out.
Taylor is, so I can get the right person to get this suit on right. First of all, that suit's ass. I can't get that suit.
It's now tight. I promise you.
I don't trust James Gunn at all with this character. I just don't. I think there's gonna be too many fucking jokes in this movie. That's gonna piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
But because of how iconic the Superman character, the symbol is around the world globally. Like he was talking about Okinawa, like being over there, bro. Like I mean, in Okinawa, they were wearing Superman t-shirts even back then when I was there.
Yeah,
Like what the fuck? Like so. I think for the global phenomenon of what Superman is, I think he will I think they'll win, but not by a large margin. But I think they'll outdo them slightly, because you don't see a lot of Fantastic Four t-shirts all over the world outside the United States.
You know what? And I'm gonna throw this in there too, Jay. I think the biggest selling point right now for us to decide is because again, are these tariffs going to affect whether or not China allows both films to hit? Because remember, they're scaling back, and unless this whatever agreements go through, and I know they said there's 90-day pause on that, whatever. I don't know, but could that affect it? You know what I mean? Both films.
You never know what Captain Orange is up to, bro. So I mean, I didn't even think about the tariff shit till you said something just now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because China came out and said that they're really, I think that they're going to pause on American films or certain films coming through. I don't know. It's something
that was Friday. I think they said that last week or something. Right?
It was a minute. So it's telling to what's going to happen.
And both of them movies look American.
Too American. I mean, yeah, I'm almost wearing a red, white, and blue uniform almost, except for the yellow. That's what I mean. I think it'll be a slight advantage for Superman. Just because how iconic the symbol is and the character is, I think it'll be a slight little tier over Fantastic Four, but not by much. Not by much. Yes, I mean, even what you just said about the tariffs, I mean, I didn't think about that part. So maybe a slight advantage with that, but I think he wins.
That tariff is going to affect both.
It's going to affect both films. Yeah.
I don't like James Gunn at all. I don't like the uniform. I don't like how he does some of his films. I mean, Guardians 3, I like all the Guardians movies, put them like that. But they did have a little overly jokey shit with them that I didn't like. But
right.
I just don't want to see that in Superman. I don't want to see him be nerfed at all. And it looks like it with the fucking him in the snow bleeding from the mouth and all that shit like that. That turned me off.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, I believe it.
I ain't trying to spoil it. I forgot.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I mean, listen, bro. Like I said, either way, July is going to be big for the box office, bro. It is. It's going to be July is going to be beefy. Plus Jurassic Park, it's going to be beefy that month, bro. Straight up. Yeah. There's going to be some numbers ran.
Now, you know what, though? I like Jurassic World and everything, but I think these two films are going to overshadow it. I'm sorry.
But wait. It probably will. But, bro.
Scarlett is still my dog. I love her.
But Jurassic Park movies make $1 billion.
Fandom. They make
$1 billion. They got fans.
The dinosaur. I'm a fan.
They got fans, bro.
One of my neighbors is funny. One of my neighbors, he has his Jeep. The Jeep, what's it? The Jeep, the one that's the Wrangler, right?
Yeah.
With the top to come off. He has it painted just like the park. The tan, the red, he got the number on the side. That's just hilarious. When he go pick up his daughter from school, like he's always in front of me.
And that Jurassic Park joint. That's dope, though.
It's so funny, but it's dope. It's dope, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
I think even with the star power of Scarlett, I think that these two movies are going to overshadow it. Jurassic Park will be like a number 3. It'll be a third position next to one. Whoever's going to be 1 or 2 between these two, and then Jurassic Park will be 3.
Jurassic Park $1 billion movies, though, bro.
Yeah, but bro, listen, we got the summer finally with 2 superhero movies back to back in the same month,
and Lilo is coming out too.
Oh well,
yeah,
but
but here's the thing, bro. I'm gonna say this. I don't think neither film makes $1 billion though.
I don't think it's gonna make. I don't think they're gonna make $1 billion. Yeah,
Nah.
just because movies, not because of the quality, right? Movies aren't
film.
doing that.
Yeah,
last
yeah,
couple
yeah.
of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think neither film makes.
I mean, even in Accountant 2, that jump was packed. I don't know they made that. I saw that. That shit was fantastic. But
and guess what? And they really don't. Both of those movies are in a unique position where they don't have to right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, like they'll benefit from it, but both of these movies are Brit. Superman is bigger though, so that's a problem too. Superman's got a lot more work because it's starting.
Yeah,
but in reality, they're both. Let's get to the next movie. You know what I'm saying? Let's show you this to get you to that next.
Well,
very expensive
they're both doing uphill thing, I think, because
but they are, regardless.
Even with F4, you know what I'm saying? It's like that people are still got a sour taste in their mouth because of the last two movies from that third one and that second one. People hated it so much. So I mean,
and did Thunderbolts make his money back? Like I know it did well. People are loving it, but I know it was like a slow build, ain't it?
They made it back though. They made it back. I think they made it back.
We'll see. We'll see, man.
They both got an uphill climb. Like, and then with Superman, people hate the suit. People don't like all the stuff, all the extra characters that's in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's things that on both sides, these films have to go uphill to get people in the theater. So I mean,
we'll see, man. We'll definitely see because it's going to be an interesting month for cinema. Yeah. So and there's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be money to be made. So we'll see.
Wait to walk out of that theater. I'm going to go live.
You ain't going nowhere, bro. You be
live. I'm going to say this shit was trash or not. I'm going to say it. Go live.
All right. So what if it's not? What if it isn't trash?
I already know.
I'll say it. I'm mad.
No, yeah, he gonna say it. He gonna do this with your hat. You gonna lift your hat up and breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know how. I can see it. But
are you going? Next Monday is gonna be epic.
If I'm wrong about it not being trash, I will admit it. I'm man enough to admit I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear your Superman t-shirt to go see it?
Oh, I got 100 of them. Pick one. I wear it.
Now the words, if he like it, the word trash is still gonna come out his mouth. He gonna say the suit still trash, or
the suit is still trash.
Wait,
whether I like it or not.
Here's the question: if it's good because you thought it would be trash and it turned out to be good, does that mean you're gonna read absolutely?
I knew it was
hell no. I got nothing to do with one or the other.
But look. No. If you got proven wrong with the film, you might be proven wrong with the comic.
I will not hear absolute Superman.
He got a point.
Or that steroid fucking Batman.
He got a point though. You ain't gonna read absolute.
His superpower.
Logic.
One don't have nothing to do with the other.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of does.
Yo, you know it's a rap. He start putting the measure.
Go get that book,
trash is trash, bro. Can't do it.
But
Superman,
let's go and get that book, bro.
I will admit it. I'll come and say I was wrong about that.
Yeah, bro.
If it's good, I'll say I was wrong. But that suit is still ass. I'm sorry.
It was.
When he gets hit with the sun rays, he fills out.
It should left the drawers on the inside.
That's probably happening.
He's got a better tailor to get him measured right.
Ain't nothing wrong with them drawers, man. Come on,
that loose ass collar.
We did years with that. We had one Superman with.
Bro, I can shoot a basketball down his collar. Like, come on, bro. Like, all you need is a net, and shoot the basketball right down his collar. Bro.
Anyway, man.
My man got mad room when he walking around. He can put a basketball on his neck, bro. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
There's a lot of
man.
Anyway, man.
Get in, Lois.
Here's to both. I hope there's a success story with both, and I need basically both films to succeed. I want DC to get a win. I definitely want Marvel to get a win.
Yeah, I think they will.
And I think it'll be a summer.
Back to the Future didn't somebody have a jacket where he hit the button and just
yes, sir.
It's funny. I mean, we'll see, man. Y'all crazy.
He need the button for Spider-Man suit.
Hey, that's what it look. I need one of y'all to go see to make sure I can see. I can clearly see. You know how that Spider-Man got that little touch of CGI look? I was like, no, they don't.
Nah, you know how
CGI.
He just got to touch the chest twice, and it just
Spider-Man suit. He got the thing where he hit the button in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
He got krypton nanotech.
He got a call start. He got a call start.
Hey, the Back to the Future jacket is better because it beeps when it's too big.
Yeah.
Somebody go put the beep. Put the beep in the Superman movie.
You got the self-lacing at the end of the movie. You get the self-lacing boots. Then you got to boot up, and you're like,
it's like a blue life preserver with a cape, dog. Like,
listen, man, I'm happy, man, because my fat ass want to rock a Superman suit, man. The baggier, the better.
Come on, man. It's like a motorcycle.
I'm just saying, dog.
It's like a motorcycle suit, bro. Like,
I'm gonna keep the beat. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta keep the hat on too. You know that, right? You gotta
bike
keep
with
it
that.
low,
Oh,
even though you got the
man.
Superman suit on. You gotta keep the brim low as fuck.
Yo,
Superman,
I'm gonna rock the hat with the Superman logo on it. That's the best I can do.
yeah,
That's the best I can do.
The curls all smushed.
Yeah.
Collar like, yo, what up? What up?
Yeah.
Ball on his neck, bro. That collar big as hell, bro. Like, come on, man. My man neck like this big. Like, come on, bro.
Anyway, man. Listen, that's our show for tonight. Thank you guys, everybody out there, for watching and being here with us, man. We got some more to talk about. We'll move the Doom versus Dormammu to next. Yeah, we'll get that next week. Because that was definitely an interesting book. Vinny, you didn't read that one yet, did you?
The Doom book? I didn't read the newest one.
Okay. Yeah, the new when you read the newest one's dope as fuck, but definitely check that one out. It's sitting right here, right there. But definitely check it out. But yeah, man, thank you guys, everybody out there, for being with us. Vinny, what you got going on for the rest of the week, bro?
Just catching up on regular work, and doing some reading, trying to hit my comic shop so I can catch up on some books. And then next week, hopefully, I'll get a chance to get back to the lab and do some more stuff because get prepared for my next show in June. So other than that, just chilling. No Andrew this week, so I'm trying to catch up.
Crazy, man.
Nothing this week. This is there's nothing in that I gotta make time for to watch. So I'm gonna try to use that to catch up on shit I gotta do. So, yeah, then you'll see us back here next week. Comic Talk with friends, talk more shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jay, what's up with you, man? What you got going on, brother?
I got this graduations coming up, man. My two youngest babies, one is stepping up to 6th grade, her little graduation. Then my other baby, she getting ready to graduate this week, getting ready for college in a couple of months. It's crazy, bro. Life is just, I haven't had to read no books. I got to pick up comic books. I got to pick up figures. I'm so behind these last 2 weeks, bro. It's been crazy, but it's a blessing, though. You know,
definitely, bro.
Kids is doing it. I'm proud of all of them. So.
Word, man. Appreciate it, man. So definitely thank you for being here as always, man. Prop, what's up with you, bro?
Yeah, man. I got Jay's story basically, man. Son graduating. Daughter's moving up.
Fuck y'all, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Dude,
appreciate it.
Awesome feeling, man. So told him he got into SCAD, man. It's a big art school out here. It's going to be expensive. So, you're going to see on my, more than usual, you're going to see me trying to sell stuff. I got a vinyl of my album. This is my 2 albums ago. It's $150 for this vinyl. For $50 more, I'll sign it. That's $200 for an album. This is the only one. That's the reason why I gotta sell it so high. I can't sell that.
That's a dope cover though, bro.
I gotta keep that. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. This is my comic. So I released this album for the Comic-Con 2 years ago.
Word.
So I actually promoted this, man. Walked around, promoted, questioned people. So
you got a comic to go, you made a comic to go with that?
I did not make a comic book to go with it. It was just so the name of the album is World Away. It was alien themes. It was just sci-fi, like geek nerdy stuff. You know what I'm saying? The whole album had that kind of theme to it, man. So I thought it was appropriate. But that's it, baby, man. Just glad to be here. Hopefully before don't be delete. Because we got a show Wednesday, man. Don't be deleting nothing, bro.
Nah, we got to show. We got some things. Hopefully, we'll see what we're gonna talk about. Because I'm thinking it's gonna be some shit, but we definitely gonna have a conversation. It depends on if.
Well, we got some stuff because we ain't talked about that Batmobile, right? Oh
yeah.
He made it.
Never mind. You got some stuff going on this week, though.
Doing Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't is he done building the Batman for the '89?
Who?
Oh, he released some. He released some pictures though.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the cockpit?
Yeah, the cockpit joint.
Yeah. He released pictures. That's going to be coming soon because they already went up a pre-order. So that's like it's definitely going to be coming soon.
Oh, mine's paid
for.
for.
But I will tell you this much. Yeah, because I promised I wouldn't to say anything, but y'all best watch Friday.
Okay.
Because he got some shit,
Yeah,
bro. He got some shit.
Tumblr, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna be traveling Friday. What time?
It'll be around 12 noon Eastern time.
All right.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Are you gonna sell your Tumblr, Lyle?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not getting this Tumblr, bro. I can't. I told you I stopped with the Batmobile, bro. I'm not getting this. I have the Tumblr here.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that, bro.
What
It does. I can't afford it. I can't afford right now. Hell no, I can't afford that shit.
Yeah, man.
Bro, he got the Tumblr coming, bro.
Dude, it looks so much more realistic.
It looks so much more realistic than Hot Toys, bro.
Bro, wait till you
like
see.
idiot, man.
You ain't seen shit yet.
Oh,
wait till you see what it can do.
No, so stuff from the movies.
I ain't telling you that.
He can't talk about it. Stop asking that man questions,
bro. I mean, people who have it'll be on Friday, so people who have plans on getting it, they'll be impressed. Yeah. Put it that way, man. Put it that way. So
I might hang up my joint and get
I can't wait.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna get enough of that plastic piece of.
I know, right, bro?
Yeah.
Why make me start hating on the one I got? I just looked at it the other day and it's like, it ain't even painted,
bro. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're getting so he's basically releasing the Tumblr, the animated Batman, and the Penguin the same day. They're going up for pre-order.
Bro, the animated Batman Batmobile he's doing, dog.
Yeah,
he got two different Batmans too, right? He had a more realistic body and
but yo, the Batmobile.
Yeah, it looks crazy, right?
That shit is right from the cartoon.
Oh yeah, it's right from the cartoon. Yeah, he's killing it, bro.
Yo, he's
definitely
killing it, dog.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna kill it, man.
I might have to get that one and sell one of these other ones.
Shit, I can't afford none of that, bro. I'm telling you right now. I ain't playing myself. Oh, Birdicus, man, what's going down with you, bro? What you got going on, man? As always, brother.
Always a pleasure, and it was great to have that really poignant opening conversation. I felt like
we need to have that, bro.
Yeah, we need that.
Not only us on the panel, but I think that was great for our viewers to see because I don't think that's really on display anywhere. Not that many places on YouTube. And I'll definitely say that's not available here in the 6-scale land of YouTube. So
exactly.
Or just in this comic book space. So I'm always grateful for stuff like that because it's just valuable. So yeah, of course, you guys know the rotation at this point, Monday, Wednesday, and then my family will be doing their thing on Friday with Figure Flex Friday. So yes, as the world turns with Hot Toys, and we'll see what goes on in the 6-scale world as we inch closer to Wednesday. I've basically my plug was 2 for 3 on that list, so it's still waiting for or was it almost 3 out of 3 or 3 for 4 or something like that. Still waiting for one figure, which is Hera. So we'll see if that is the one that comes out the woodwork later tonight or tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the recent pickups, I was able to pick up this guy right here, the Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, you finally got it? Yeah.
Via Spider-Man 2, and of course our friend Dan Slott and Ryan Stegman.
Nice.
So really excited about this one, man. Really, really, really great piece.
Yeah.
The arms are some of the best mechanical articulation that I've experienced from Hot Toys, I would say. Or at least I've seen. The arms are able to swivel and go back and bend backwards. You can really achieve some amazing things there. So if you want to see some of the stuff that I did with it, you can go on over to my Instagram or you can go on over to my Facebook.
Yes, sir.
As you guys, you know my name. Not that one, but you know my name. Go check me out over there. And other than that, also I've got some videos of my dark side and my light side shelves that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks.
Nice.
Lots of stuff being lit up, USB sabers and stuff like that. Just placing some things. I also got some other stuff from a celebration from a friend Shout out to Dylan Compton. He sent me one of those little small miniature Hot Toys boxes of Anakin Attack of the Clones. Then he gave me a Yoda pin because I always told him that Yoda's my favorite Jedi alongside Luke. So he gave me a Yoda pin. You'll see some of that stuff in the videos as well. But yeah, man, just happy and blessed to be here. Yeah, another thing, man, fuck neurotic, fuck any racist motherfucker that got a problem with Riri Williams. Any of y'all can go suck a dick, suck my left nut, suck my right nut, suck the darkest part of my asshole. And have a great day. After that.
No, Diddy.
But that's all I got for you on Monday.
Yeah, neurotic as ass. But anyway, bro, appreciate it. You already know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like the shit that
she's gonna kill it. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about these.
Yo, Ryan Coogler is directing the first episode.
She gonna kill it.
How can people be praising this dude over here and not praising? You know what I'm saying? Not giving us a chance, yo.
It is
mindless parrots. That's all they are. Mindless parrots.
Mindless. Definitely, man. But thank you, brothers, and everybody out there in the chat. Definitely, I appreciate you, man. Thank you all for hanging in with us tonight. Great show, great input. Just seeing everybody come through. So we definitely appreciate it. SB, what's going on with you, brother? As always, man, appreciate you. Everybody out there, man. Tune in. We will be back here next Monday to talk shop as well, include some of these comics that we didn't get to. Yes, we got Say What Wednesday. We got Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday. We got Figure Flex, and I got that show with Yost as well. And if there's any releases, you already know what's to come, man. So definitely we'll be back here at a discussion. Anyway, thank you guys out there for being with us. Have a great rest of your evening going into your morning, and we will talk to y'all later on, man. Talk to your guys.
Take care of your badass kids.
Exactly. Say it again with your chest. You already know how it is, man. Talk to you guys later. Peace.